Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone is doing well today. We have some coaching we're going to be knocking out on today's stream. Nothing else. We're not doing gameplay. I do not, unfortunately, have the time. I do have a midterm tomorrow, so I will probably be making this a shorter stream, as in we'll pick 2 codes from the community, and then I have 3 codes or 2 more codes I have to look at for a friend that I promised I would do as well. And that's going to be more macro oriented and less Cassidy specific. So we're going to be talking about things like rotation, staging, yada, 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 general macro principles of Overwatch. And then that's about it. Okay, because it's probably going to be on heroes I don't play, like Venture. Okay, so we'll have to go from there. This is going to be top 500 Cassidy coaching plus macro. Bang. Twitch title changed. Let me drop a quick plug into our Discord. Also exclamation mark Discord if you're not in the Discord. I would love to have you guys in the community where you can get free VOD reviews and learn more about how to play the game. Coaching today. Also, there will be a patch tomorrow indicating the new season. This will be season 19. In this season, we're going to be getting a bunch of new cosmetics, so new battle pass and whatever, as well as some stuff for Stadium, which I don't really care for, unfortunately. And then a new game mode, which is basically teasing the idea of team ups. So if you're not familiar with Marvel Rivals, there's this system called team ups where you could pick 2 heroes like Luna Snow and I forgot what that one guy's name, the Human Torch, and they can, or maybe it's not even Luna Snow, I don't even remember, I don't play the game. Okay, long story short, you can have 2 heroes that use 2 abilities or something similar at the same time, and they combine together to do something unique. Or like just picking 2 heroes unlocks an ability for one hero and so on and so forth, right? It's just a way to reward synergy and coordination with your team. Sorry. Which is likely going to be added to the game, so you have that to work with. As well as into the next season, there is going to be a hero trial for the upcoming tank hero, which is a woman swords lady who's likely Italian, so that'll be cool as well. But in terms of predictions for this upcoming patch, before we hop into the codes, my prediction is that we will have, let me hop in a practice range so there's some visual stimulation as we talk. So going into the upcoming patch, I think that we are going to see a few nerfs and not very many buffs. I think in terms of nerfs, we're very likely to get a Lijiang nerf. That's kind of the elephant in the room. So Lijiang, sorry, has been very strong over the past season, especially just because it's his release season, so the devs want him to be strong. I think he's going to get a nerf. It's likely going to be something either damage related or mobility related. I don't think they'll change anything about his ult or his wave at all. The mobility is a little bit too strong. He's really easy to live dives. He's hard to kill. You have to bait it out first and then go. It's a lot like Suzu. And then it's just like a better Sojourn slide effectively. And then the other thing is that they are likely going to change his damage, preferably his splash damage. Montana, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Yes, we can do your code first, and then we do have another one as well from the community. Did you try Marvel Rivals? I quit that game and switched to Overwatch because supports are way too OP. Yeah, I've never actually played Rivals, so I think it would be educational for me to probably play the game. I'm just not in a good position right now to do so, and if I did play, I'd probably live stream it as well to kind of give my thoughts. That might make a good video now I think about it. Top 500 Cassidy plays Marvel Rivals. Thoughts? Jason, good to see you, by the way. And yeah, fuck Lijiang. I agree to a large extent. I do think Lijiang's gonna get a nerf, and then I do think we probably won't see a Reaper nerf, but we probably will see a Zarya nerf. So what I think they'll probably do is nerf bubble cooldown by 1 second. And that's it. I think that's probably all they will do to change Zarya. I don't think the damage needs to be changed. The problem right now is that Reaper is kind of strong, and I don't think they want to nerf Reaper, so they'll probably just nerf Zarya instead, which I think makes sense. And it needs to be a Zarya nerf and not a buff to other heroes, because it's more that Zarya's broken and less that other heroes are bad. Because you do have heroes in the meta like Queen that are also good. Queen's ult perk needs to be changed, by the way, and they already said that they are going to be changing it. Wait, what just happened? There we go. They already said that they're going to be changing it. So it's very likely to get nerfed. He can two-shot cast around the corner. 56 win rate. Yeah, he's broke. He's pretty good. But I think this is probably the only time he's ever going to be like busted. He's going to get a nerf, and then he'll probably be middling for a long time. He kind of fits the same spot that Kiriko does, which is high damage, high mobility. And that's why I think they need to nerf the mobility. And Kiriko will always be picked because she's basically never a liability. The problem with a lot of the supports in the roster is it adds a point of weakness into your comp. Ana, very immobile, point of weakness. Bap, same problem, as well as long cooldowns, point of weakness. Same thing for Weaver. He's just a point of weakness. He can't really defend himself. His mobility kind of sucks. Brig is even to some extent the same. This is why in OWCS it's Lucio Kiri, Kiri Wu Yang, Lucio, and that's it. And like the most popular bans in OWCS are support bans because those supports are really good. The very mobile supports, Kiriko, Wu Yang, and Lucio, are the best by a gajillion miles. Juno is just weak, so she doesn't see any play. That's it. Winter Soldier would be the Cassie from Rivals. Yeah, I do know. People have told me about the analog there. Like I know Wanted, who was the like #1 cast one trick for a while. He just plays Bucky, and that's it. I think Hog will be nerfed. I don't think Hog is gonna get nerfed here. I don't think Hog is very strong. I'm gonna be honest. And I've talked about this before on stream, but if you're getting hooked, you should die no matter what. It's not. It should be 100% conversion. You should just. The problem is you should just not get hooked. I think it's lame if I hook someone and they don't die. So just don't get hooked. That's all it is. Like it's not. Him just having higher conversion on a hook kill literally means nothing, in my opinion. And it should be 100%. I think this is where Hog should be. He has been strong. I just don't think he's that strong. But I'm also in GM, right? So in lower elos, he might be more oppressive because he doesn't get countered as easily. And high elos, people have good movement, so they can just bait out hook and then get aggressive or whatever. They can play around his cycle easier. What do you do when you play but just can't focus on autopilot? I played like 3 games and I stopped playing. I've literally ended streams after 3 games. Just stop playing, bro. If you're not having fun or you can't focus or you know you're having bad quality games, just get off the game or off roll. Those are the days I go play Ana and just play support or whatever. Or I like play with friends or something on an ult. Like if you're not having a good day solo queue, I mean, that's just what it is, right? You just gotta go next. Not every day you need to get 8 games in. It doesn't really make any sense. Okay, but anyway. So those are really my big predictions for... I mean, it's very obvious, but those are my big predictions for the upcoming patch. Kwame, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well today. But yeah, we might also see a Juno buff, to be honest, because she's kind of weak right now. She's like, of the entire roster, she's probably one of the surprisingly weakest. Juno is also popular, so I think they're a little bit hesitant to buff Juno as well. So I don't know what we're gonna end up seeing, but I don't think we're gonna see very many buffs. I think it's just gonna be nerfs. Just gonna be nerfs and a lot of perk changes in particular. Like I wouldn't be surprised if for Zarya in particular, is Spotter gets nerfed. Spotter is a really good, like a slept on really good major perk, especially when Reaper is meta. Very, very good. But yes, okay. I don't really have any other predictions because it's honestly, I don't have the hard numbers and I honestly don't know what the balance team does sometimes. So we'll have to just end up seeing where things go. In terms of my end of season standing, I'm not going to play anymore. I can't play today because I have midterms tomorrow. But I am just going to finish just outside top 300, which is my highest peak ever. Funny enough, so I qualified for top 500 this season. It actually retroactively qualified me for top 500 in season 14, which is very interesting, by the way. I finished GM in season 14, but now I am top 500, which is crazy. I didn't know it worked like that. So, yep, now I've been top offender for more than 2 seasons at this point. I also have more games on other accounts, but whatever. It's not a big deal. But yeah, so I'll be finishing like probably about, if I had to guess, top 320 or something like that, which is my peak, which is cool. And then with that being said, we're going to go straight into the coaching for today. So I did mention this at the very beginning of stream, but we're probably going to be looking at 4 VOD reviews or so today. Not as many as usual. Does that mean people get kicked out of top 500? I don't think people get kicked out, because the thing is, if you look at season 14, for example, it's actually less than 500 people. So if you go to season 14, it's actually 480 people, which is because there are people that get banned or their account deleted or stuff like that throughout this as time goes on. So I don't know if it actually kicks people out. So I don't know the answer to that, Kwame. Because someone asked me that before. I think it might just not add me if there's too many people. I don't know. I don't really know how it works. What's Ark at? I think Ark is camping champ 5. So he's like top 100 or something. He is... Ark is... Where even is he? He has a watermelon icon. He's here. I don't know. He has like a streamer mode on or something. This is Ark. But he's top... What was that? I have him friended. I don't have him friended on my main. Actually, let me tell him to add me on my main. Or let me DM him right now. Ark. What is your B tag on your main? I don't have you on mine. It's Audazatail. Okay, sorry. Okay, I DM'd Ark. But he's like top 100. Oh, he's 142 right here. Ark is definitely better than me, though. Yeah, he's definitely better than me. But yeah. Okay, so we are going to investigate today. Lots of investigation, lots of learning to be had. We're going to pull up a VOD from Montana. Okay, if you all... there is one new guy that I saw drop a code review, so we're going to do him, and we're going to do Montana today, and then we're very likely... We're going to start with Montana, because it's like 2 a.m. for bro. Which one do you want, Montana? You have 2 codes in here. Do you want Busan or do you want Gibraltar? Let me know and then we can go from there. But anyway, I have to do some Gibraltar. Okay. I have to do some codes from a friend of mine for a team that he coaches. So this is Montana. This is master rank. Let me put a note on the screen for you guys. Bang. Is this M5 or what is this, Montana? I think it should probably M5 master if I had to guess. Master 5. Bang. D1 M5. Okay, we're going to put M5. Okay, so Montana, if you guys don't know, is a long-standing community member. Now a de facto mod of the One Soul Tail Twitch chat. And a growing player. I think it was 70% D1. Okay, that's good enough. How much Sojourn do you play? Just like 2 lives or something? Felt I played well to my role on Gibraltar. I think I must have blundered here and there. This one has more Sojourn cast attack on Sojourn. Okay, whatever. We'll just go through it anyway. I don't really care. This is fine. Okay, principles of hit scan. Open up lanes. Play your effective angle. Okay, or effective range. I got 20 levels on Sojourn, 40 on cast. Yeah, I got you. Here, I wouldn't even set up main. If your concept. If your idea is to set up left side, why even come out main door when this door exists? Just come out this door. Play for how you want to set up, right? If you want to set up... What am I doing? If you want to set up for left side, then come out the left door. I don't know why we're going out main. Because the problem is... I know this is min-maxing, but the problem is there's going to be games where you walk out this door, get spammed out, and die. Like, it happens all the time. So just walk this way, and then slide up top, and then stand here. I wouldn't come out top door, but whatever. It's nitpicky. But yeah, so we're playing Sojourn over cast. A big reason being is casting on attack is just not very high agency. He kind of sucks. It's not that you can't do anything on cast. It's that your best... The more I play with Gibraltar, the more I've realized that your best play is ride cart. And then if that's not an option, then it's just try to force bridge. And both of these kind of suck. You're not going to carry games like that on Cassidy unless you're just like a mechanical demon. Okay, so that's kind of what it comes down to here. Spam Zarya, so we have rail, peek with the rail, miss. Okay, so let's look at technique on that real quick. Whatever. I think that's fine. Okay, why are we sliding? Makes no sense. So don't use mobility cooldowns if you don't need to. If you were Genji, would you dash forward here? No, it makes literally 0 sense. So don't use dash. This looks more like a 5-finger, but I don't actually know. But doesn't make sense. Now here's the problem, because now you're wide on the angle. What you want to do is you want to go wide on the angle like this and then slide back to cover. That's going to make you harder to kill. Because if I'm this Cassidy right now, here's how I'm playing this. I'll draw it with Epic Pen. Let's say you're Sojourn and you come out this way on bridge. Oh, also this is going to be a good clip. So let me get the replay buffer. Okay. So if you are the Sojourn and you want to swing onto this back line here, right? And you want to attack these guys, try to get them off the high ground. What you do is you don't slide wider on the bridge. What you do is you walk out the door and go wide like this. Like you're honestly kind of like standing here. Maybe not this far. Maybe like you're standing here-ish from the Cassidy's POV. And then if you eat one shot, now you slide back into cover. The reason being is this Cassidy is like, as you swing wider like this, he's likely going to leave his crosshair on the right side of you like this. Let me change it to red. He's going to leave his crosshair to the right side of you, thinking that you will eventually strafe back to the right side to go into the door for cover. Okay. So the wider you go, the less likely your movement is to be predicted and the more likely you are to win mechanically in the duel. Okay. So go wider, and then whenever you take damage, slide out, right? Whenever you think it's losing, slide out. That's how you should be doing it. Don't slide to the angle and then have no mobility cooldown. That makes no sense, especially against Cassidy and a pocketed soldier. Okay, it's actually just straight up losing to do what you did. Okay, so we are going to move on. Okay, why is this not a kill? I think the position is fine, by the way. Just unfortunately, he gets pocket. Shoot the soldier. Shoot the soldier there. Who's pushing cart? No one is on cart right now. It's not really your job here. I like you taking space aggressively with slide in this situation. Why is sliding good here? You're sliding into cover. Okay. And you are very likely not going to get pushed for the next 6 seconds, right? You know that the entire enemy team is kiting, so this is just taking space. This is fine. Keep in mind, I'm not a Sojourn coach. I'm just coaching the principles of DPS here. Okay, so let's look at this. FHP. Yeah, so you just don't use E here when he's looking at your forehead. Okay, doesn't make any sense. How you should be doing something like this, I don't play Sojourn, but this is how I would infer you would do this, is that if you want to E, you would do it now when no one is here, then, which is like self-explanatory, but also if you want to do it while they're shooting at you, you would just come here, E, and then swing back into the angle. Like, why are we so wide from the angle and doing it this? It doesn't make any sense. He's just looking at you. Okay, don't use E. Let's make it simple. Okay, come top right, contest the soldier. E to cut off the Zarya rotation, I imagine is what this is. I mean, I have no idea if that's good. Okay, I've actually 0 idea. Stand up top, kill soldier, we're just better than that guy. Here we should definitely be taking space. So here, once again, you need to look at the enemy, not once again, but in general, you need to understand what are the weaknesses of the enemy comp. In this situation, guys, what do we think the weaknesses are? What are their weaknesses? Does anyone know? Well, I will cheat the system and just tell you. They have literally 0 mobility. They have 0 mobility. Actually garbage, trash mobility on a map. Yes, exactly. They can't get to high ground and they have no verticality. Yeah, no vert, okay? They got like a 2-inch vertical, okay? They can jump just as high as me. They're not no NBA players, okay? They don't got shit. So you need to leverage this and you need to understand that, okay, The soldier's dead. Bam, let me go straight into server room and open up a flank. Because you know what'd be crazy right now? Is you can just be going like this. And you open up a lane. There's no one here right now, but we would at least be taking space, okay? So when the enemy team does kite, eventually you'll just shoot them all in the back as they're rotating. And it's a better angle than this. Okay, so I would be taking space aggressively here. Why don't I go something like top left onto the top railing? Like here, near the boxes? If this is what you're talking about, the problem is this isn't a good Sojourn angle. If you're Sojourn, just look at the map. Do you want to be Sojourn here? Or do you want to be Sojourn here? Thoughts? You it looks obvious to me that this is the better Sojourn angle. This is a Cass angle, for sure. Cassidy, Sojourn. Sojourn. You have to play your effective range. What about balcony? As in, if you made this rotation, I would probably fall in love with you. So yes, I would actually love this. Because this is sick. Is this an optimal Soj angle? Probably not. But you take space really aggressively, and you can deny the door as they walk out of it, which is sick. And then if someone pushes you, if someone pushes you, you just slide out through the room, and then you just set up for server room again. I love it. And you're leveraging the fact that they have no mobility. So this would be the ultra carry rotation, would be this, in my opinion. This would be insane. This would be super, super sick. Nah, but if I could choose standing where 18 is, would I be crazy? 18? Am I trolling? What is 18? Yeah, you just talked about that. Okay, I don't really know what you mean. I think standing here is fine. I think standing, like, your best, just recapping, I think standing here is good. I think this is better. Whoops, where even am I? I think this is better, but honestly, it's just risk reward. But I think this is like okay, but not your best play. 18 hanger. Oh, stand here? Nah, I wouldn't stand here. Because the problem is, if someone comes fights you, are you behind them technically? Yeah, but good attackers will not come out the bottom door. They'll come up the top door. And then now your fight here is a lot more awkward. I mean, it's not terrible. You can maybe do it on Sojourn, and this is why I'm not a Sojourn coach. Like, a Sojourn specialist might be able to tell you, yeah, you can actually play here because you can slide back to this window, but I just don't know because I don't play the hero. But in terms of idea, right, we want to take space because it's free, and we want to leverage the enemy team weakness, which is they have no mobility. Okay, so that's kind of the idea of what we're looking to do here. And here's, you can kind of see the problem. Like, we weren't in any of this fight. Should your team be pushing this aggressively? No. But what do I say about good positioning, guys? Good positioning gets lucky. So if you had good positioning, you would have made this rotation and then saw your team push and either slide forward, jump up immediately, or you would have already been making this rotation for this angle to be able to help here, right? Good positioning gets lucky. Okay. So that's my thoughts on that. And now we're here now, which is fine. And then we just slide out. Perfect. Yeah, like, this is what I'm talking about. These angles are really good. I love this. I love the OC. We probably could have popped it earlier, actually, to be honest. So here. You are low. Okay. I don't know if you're waiting for healing. It's all right. The OC's fine. Nice headshot. Is it loud for you guys, by the way? Let me know about the audio. This is all fine to me. This might just be unlucky, to be honest. Yeah, you just gotta slide. The audio's good. Okay, cool. You just gotta slide back to cover. That's it. You weren't anticipating damage. You were reacting to damage here. You know that 2-hit scan are going to be looking at you. You know they're going to be looking at you. You defer this guy forward. Right when you see them start shooting you, just slide out. But this is fine. That I wouldn't worry about that too much. You can say it's overextending or whatever, but there is a chance you kill somebody there, so whatever. What are you waiting for here? I don't play Soj, but are you supposed to be constantly shooting during OC, or does it not matter? I don't know. I would make something up. I would tell you my hunch, but I just don't know. My hunch is that you should honestly be pretty deliberate with your like. I'd rather you shoot not enough than too much with OC, to be honest. But I don't really know what the right answer is. Okay, here. You missed your window. Like, this was your window to rotate. I don't really know why you're still standing here. Spilo says you should be treating it like aim practice, so deliberate. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Just be deliberate. Just be slow. I'd rather you be slow than fast. Don't panic. I guess I didn't want to slide to the angle. This is a perfect example of when you would slide to the angle, right? Because you sliding to the angle is sliding to cover. Then they can't shoot you when you're here. So you should definitely take space. I thought I might get lasered. The chance of you getting lasered in your slide is pretty low. It is pretty low. And we're talking low 2 digits. We're talking like 10, 15%. The chance of you dying here. Just slide to the angle and take space. And because you're hesitant, you miss your window. So here, like, here's your window. You need to go now. But because you wait, now you're below half HP against a soldier, and you get hit by Helix, and now you're screwed. Now you have to wait another 15 seconds before you get healing by support. Like, let's actually see how much time you lose compared to if you just made the rotation. Okay. So I would have made the rotation. This is fine. I would have made the rotation now. I would have actually been with my hazard rotating. So I would have been in the room at 254. You lost 15 seconds compared to a Grandmaster player. Okay, does that make sense? That's why, and you have more risk because you're 80%. Okay. Understanding when you need to rotate is very, very important. When your tank is taking space, try to take space with them if you can. Is it a field thing? Yes. Okay. But it's very important in the context of Overwatch because you just lost a 15-second window to one tap a mispositioned Mercy. Okay. Catch the Cassidy off guard. Clean up a kill on the soldier. You just don't have any of those opportunities because you're sitting in the back of the map because you're too afraid to cross. Okay. To get reward, you must take risk, and sliding there is very low risk for potentially high reward later on. Okay, so yes, you just needed to cross, and that's a good clip. That's getting clipped. That's a good clip. Anyway, okay, so now we're finally in the room, which I think is great, and we killed the soldier. Perfect. That's exactly actually what I'm talking about because now you're in the good angle. You're able to catch someone like the soldier and carry the game. I actually think dropping here is sick. I actually love you dropping here. I like it a lot because the problem with standing up top on a hero like Sojourn is just really awkward with the projectile. So here for something like this, you know they're not going to be looking at you. And I love that you didn't roll, by the way, or slide. And I actually love that you used E when they're not looking at you. Like, I love this. I think you played this super well. And then now you have slide to get out. This is actually sick. You did a great job on this. That's a really cool clip. All right, and then you just mechanically fail. Whatever. I like the idea a lot. I thought it was cool. Bang, good E. I would stay here. I wouldn't rotate. Yeah, perfect. So, okay. So, one thing to point out here, and this is another honest, like, fundamental of Overwatch, is that if the fight is going on, like, so let's just watch the clip in real time, okay? And I'll just narrate for you guys. So, Montana died, and now he's coming back from spawn, and his team is just now taking space. You can see that Hazard got Wu Yang ulted and is walking straight into their backline, and it's super awkward for the enemy backline. Okay. Sojourn, which is the hero that our Montana is on, is a long-range hero, medium to long-range hero. Okay, he's a lot of burst potential with rail, and he's about to get OC. As a result, it's not really that important that he's on this angle. This is the mid fight right now. We are in the mid fight. Okay, your Hazard is in, and the enemy team is now kiting. This is the mid fight. So it's not really that important that he's on an angle like this as Sojourn because he can get honestly not quite equivalent, but very close amount of value in a position like this. So he should just stay main and shoot everybody. Right, and then maybe like if he really needs to, he can drop, or he can, if the situation allows, he can like slide through here and come here, whatever. It's just going to depend on the situation. But he should be standing in main for sure because he needs to be in the fight right now. He needs to be here right now shooting everybody, and that's exactly what he does. Bam. I mean, he misses a bunch of shots, but the idea is correct, right? We kill the Mercy. Spam out the cast, force that guy out, drop the floor. Honestly, fine here. Why is it fine that he drops the floor, by the way, guys? What was the enemy team's weakness? The enemy team's weakness is they have no mobility. They have no mobility. Or another way to put this is when you have no mobility, you also have low reach generally. Okay, what do I mean by reach? It's their kill threat box. Okay, so if you think about kind of what everyone on the enemy team is doing right now, their kill box looks like this, right? It's not very far. It's this area here, so he can stand outside of it and be fine. Generally, okay. Will you get 2-tapped across the map sometimes? Yeah, but that's an exception, not the rule. So this is fine. I actually love him. Him being on the floor here, in my opinion, is fine. But once again, I'm not a Soj coach. This is just kind of principle of the game. If you guys were Cassidy, I definitely would have said you want to stay top and then find the rotation to the high ground because it's just better for Cassidy. On Sojourn, I think it could make sense on the floor. I would not have rotated this way, though. I think what I would have done is after I drop here, I would be looking not to... After I see Rally come out, I'm not looking to go wide left here. I'm looking to slide up the stairs and then come back to high ground is my play for sure, though. Because the problem is, because you unswing left side, you now don't have an angle, like a good angle on their backline at all, or just anyone in general, right? You give up a bunch of space, they take it with Rally, and then now your OC just sucks. I also wanted you to pop OC earlier, but you just didn't get it in time. Like, you should have honestly popped it probably here, because the problem is you... Oh, I mean, you do pop it, never mind. The later you pop it, the more space the enemy team gets before you do anything. So I would just keep that in mind. So we probably should have OC'd earlier. I mean, we didn't have it, but whatever. You guys get what I mean. Anyway, but yeah, the problem is you didn't rotate back toward the high ground, and now you're stuck on the floor with no space, and then you just kind of lose. But you had some good ideas too. Okay, you're just taking way too much poke. Okay, and this just looks like to be the same problem. You take too much poke before, or actually you don't take any poke. But either way, your hazard is here right now, taking space. You need to slide in and take space with the hazard. And go this way. I think against comp like this, you probably always want to have the lead in angles. I don't know exactly what you mean, but I'm pretty sure you're correct. But either way, you missed your opportunity again to take space, by the way. More angles in them? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a lot of Overwatch in general, is you want to be angle maxing, but it's just depending on what hero on what map. And this is why matchups like D.Va like Cassidy into D.Va is really bad, because you just can't take angles against D.Va. You just can't. Ask Cassidy. But you can as Sojourn, because you can slide out, right? Cassidy just doesn't have the mobility. So here, yeah, I don't like his angle from you. I wanted you to cross with the hazard and then open up the mini room or the mega room or whatever. I don't like this angle from you. You just eat a bunch of poke. And also the problem with this is because you're doing this angle, not only are you not really doing anything, you're now demanding resources because you're low HP. Okay. So you're negative value, which is terrible. So yes, you needed to make the rotation. Or alternatively, you should be playing this super passively, right? Like what should be happening here? Okay, you're also doubled up with the Genji, which is bad. But it would be baiting out shots, playing super safe to corners, stuff like that. You taking a gajillion damage here doesn't make any sense. Take space aggressively. Yeah, I was about to say. Slide to the top of shuttle. Do something. Open up an angle here. Also, the reason I'm okay with doing Soj coaching today, by the way, is because we're going to do a bunch of coaching like this today. A lot of random DPS. Okay. Here. Is he behind you? Ah, it was whatever. I don't really care about that death. Whatever. Nice. Nice, take space. Yeah, why are we not? Just take space, bro. Just take space. Boom. Shoot the cast. Slide in. They're not going to push you. They have no mobility. Slide in. Walk with your team, bro. Because the problem is they're going to get up here and unswing the angle. And then now you're 10 gajillion miles away and you can't shoot them again. Okay, so take space here. Why are we standing up top? Like, I needed this, but earlier. And then set up an angle. Go top. Go top or something. I do think some Sojourn players play on the floor. And I think the reason being is that when you're on the floor, if you think about it like this. So let's say we want to shoot. Is there a better angle, actually? Let me think of a better option. Okay, let's look at it like this. So if you're on the floor, okay, let's look at the options. Okay, so the options are, let's act like we're Sojourn and we can be either here or we can be here. And then we want to shoot Green Man. Okay, if Green Man is here. So the thing that's nice about being on the floor is that when you shoot your gun, it goes in a straight line the whole time. So that no matter what Green Man does, you're always basically aiming at head level, right? If he goes like back here, it's also head level. If he goes back here, you know, if he walks towards you, it's also head level, whatever. But if you're up top on an angle like this one, the problem is that you have to aim directly at Green. And then if Green walks backwards, he's no longer intersecting with your shots, right? So if Green is now this blue guy here, you're now shooting at his legs and not his head, right? So there is some advantage to standing on the floor. It's just going to depend on the situation, right? You would think about stuff like, am I out of, you would think about stuff like, am I out of range, right? Do I have slide? Do I have support, right? You would answer questions like this to kind of determine what you would play. But it's just something to keep in mind on projectile heroes, right? Hanzo, for example, this is why heroes like Hanzo and Sojourn are so good on King's Row, because there's not a lot of verticality on those maps, right? There's very few decisions where you have to think about stuff like this. You just spam down main and you can get a ton of value. Okay, so that's just a principle of the game to keep in mind. I'm not saying you have to go top here, but I would, or you have to stay on the floor here, but I would just keep that kind of idea in mind as you play heroes like Sojourn or Hanzo and stuff like that, Torbjorn, all those heroes. I love this OC, by the way. So one thing I like in comp in general is ulting first. Going first is a lot more important than people think in the Overwatch metagame. There is some context where you want to ulti second, right? You want to catch ultimates, particularly if you want to, like, I don't know, catch a blade with beat or a blade with trans or something like that. That's a more obvious example. Instead of rather a beat engage to a blade, you know, response, right? But here, I love that you get ult, pop OC, and then now you're going to force the enemy team to have to respect you. So let's watch the response here. Orisa gives space, forces rally response here. They also give space even with rally. Has to come help. Like, it's just better for you. This guy's wider and is a lot more vulnerable because the team's not following up. Do we mechanically fail here? Yeah, but we could have gotten a lot from this. That could have been a kill. That could have been a kill too. So we had the chance of winning here. I like the OC. I thought it was good. I like that you popped it right when you got your charge too. Or right when you got ult. You should have rotated the Mega there, but whatever. Your principles were fine. You also probably should have swapped the Tracer, not stay on Sojourn. Okay, Cat's on defense here. Okay, my bread and butter. So let's watch this. Here, whatever. Actually, I'm actually not gonna overthink this. This is fine. Shoot Mercy, whatever. Shoot the Orisa. You know they're playing no verticality at this point, so you can play the angle more aggressively. What I would have recommended to you here is that you should probably wait a little bit longer before you even peek, because you don't know the entirety enemy team comp. They could be playing something like a Genji or a Freya or like a Life Weaver that can easily mark you here. So I would just be more careful before you actively swing this angle. It's really easy to get punished here by a monkey jump, a late doom engage, all that late diva engage, all those things. You can of course hear the enemy team, but I would like for you to give them more time. But if you are very conscious of the fact that no one can punish you if you do come to the angle, or at least in a way that's scary, right? The soldier and the Cassidy aren't really that scary in my opinion, then that's fine. So just something to keep in mind. But now we're on the angle, shoot the cast, perfect. Here I honestly wouldn't have rotated. I would have just stayed on the bridge. So here, I know your soldier's on the bridge, but I would either be looking to just shoot these guys like this, or even honestly come to the building if I need to and play here and just shoot them all in the back is what I would be doing. Because you rotate here, what do you actually gain from this? Nothing. And then if they push the cart under, the only way you can actually do anything about this is if you jump off the high ground, which is not a horrendous play because at least you can just shoot the guys in here from relatively good range. But I would just stay up top. I wouldn't even rotate. Yeah, I would not rotate here. Because also this puts you out of range to the soldier as well. So are you doubled up with your soldier? Yeah, but I mean, it's still a really high value angle, to be honest. And this is just worse for you. Yeah. So you just lost like 30 seconds of downtime, basically. Or 10 seconds, probably not 30, but... Nice kills. They really need to swap to something with verticality. They need to be able to deal with you here. This is really brutal for blue team. You win. Here, so... I just don't think I'd rotate, bro. I think I'd honestly just stand on the bridge the entire time. So here... Oh, they're on hazard now. Okay, sorry, I didn't actually see that. So you respect the hazard. Honestly, probably a little bit... Oh, I see why, though, because you hear them pushing. This is fine. There's two people on cart. Yeah, I would just stand up here. Here, I would actually roll across and play these boxes. And do that. 1 to 9 cast rotation. Yeah, I think it's fine. I see what you're... I saw the idea. Here, I definitely would have rolled to the other high ground. For sure. The problem with dropping is that getting back to the high ground is really expensive for Cassidy. As in, it takes a long time. And this inadvertently got you killed. Like, this drop just doesn't make any sense. You can do the same thing from here. So you just needed to identify that this was an option. Just done. The dropping here doesn't make any sense. Yeah, just don't drop. This is a game losing death, by the way. This is game losing. Don't die like this. If you can do the same thing from a safer angle, then just do it from a safer angle. You need to go wide here. So here, after that wall comes through, I would honestly just start rotating like this and look for Deadeye right here. Look to match your team's intentions, right? Your ball is in. Is holding their spawn the best play? Dude, probably not. I think it's like low-key stupid. But you have to follow up with him. That's how you're going to get the most value. So I would come here, and then even if I die to the hazard, hopefully I can at least trade out. So I would be looking to follow up with him right there. Yeah, and then we tree in. Like, the Weaver has a good idea, right? You can see this from your Weaver. Your Weaver trees to help him, and he goes wide. Why are we not wide, right? Nice. So I would have just been here earlier. That's the only thing. Okay, we have Deadeye, so I want to see a good Deadeye here. Okay, that's wall. On the angle. You could have Deadeyed there. Could have Deadeyed here. Okay, that's fine. Here, I'd once again be looking to do something. Get caught by hazard. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. I like this. So here, you see hazard. Start backing up. Nice, good roll. Really, really good roll. Love that from you. You can clearly tell that you play Cassidy. Because this is the thing about people who play Cassidy versus people who just flex to Cassidy. Is they don't roll like this and then they just die. They're not good at reading and like anticipating jumps and leaps and stuff like that. This, you can clearly tell you've played in this matchup a gajillion times. Okay, so good roll. Love the flash. Don't overthink flash, and especially in situations like this where this guy can realistically die, just throw it. Just throw it. Don't overthink it, okay? The only times you want to actually hold flash is when you know the hazard is not going to die. He sees that he's half HP. Very, very high chance that he kills hazard here, especially with Deadeye. Here, I think I actually would have Deadeye canceled and just right-clicked him again, but I think this is probably fine too. And then we go wide here again. Perfect. Actually love this. Nice. I would drop. I would for sure drop. Drop. Bam. Huge. Huge, huge, huge. The fight's winning right now. The fight is not really winning, but you can lose. So we need to just do something right now. You need to be in the fight right now. It's urgent. This is urgent. This is like a roll, drop, shoot the backline type of situation. Like, we need to do something right now. And the problem is you probably don't do something fast enough, and then, yeah, you just kind of lose. Because this is actually worse than... So also the problem with this is because you don't die quickly. So you don't die. You actually live. And then now... Oh, no, dude. This is really bad. Yeah, you stagger. And now you get... And so does your soldier. Your soldier also staggers. So now you're probably going to lose all of second because of this. This is game losing. This is game losing. So here's the problem. You fall off the map and die late. So does your soldier. And now all of blue team, not only do they get to push out your ball, they get to start setting up for space or for shuttle. You're a little bit lucky in that you guys get here in time before they're actually able to do so. And your ball actually pops mines. But you're setting yourself up for major failure on Gibraltar second. On Gibraltar second, you cannot stagger. You just can't, or else you're going to lose the entire point. You're going to lose all of the entire point here. So far, it seems I don't make rotations fast enough because I'm not playing according to what my team's doing as a main issue. I mean, I don't, maybe on Gibraltar specifically as Cassidy. I think your biggest issue right now is you're not really like doubling down on the enemy team's weakness. What is their weakness when they were on Orisa? What was their weakness? They have no verticality. Okay, so just really leverage the vert. They can't do anything about it. So this was like what we saw from the Sojourn, I think was an issue. And it's like partly an issue here as well. You're making some rotations that just don't really make a lot of sense. But now that they're playing Hazard, your playstyle makes more sense. Because now there's actually like a tangible threat. Whoops. There's like a tangible threat whenever you're on angles. Also, like, you're doing just some game-losing mistakes. Like, this drop off the high ground here is game-losing. Doesn't make any sense. You can do the same thing from a better angle. And then also, this stagger here is also game-losing. You just cannot do this. You just can't. You need it to drop and die. This is very lucky. Your ball actually deadlifted the entire game here by not dying and not letting them get shuttle. So you should thank your ball. Okay, hold on. This is fine. I probably wouldn't be shooting hazard here. I would be, so here, I love you take shuttle and then just shoot mercy, open up the angle, shoot the hazard, shoot the brig. I don't know why you're making this rotation. Just stand here, bro. Shoot brig, shoot mercy, shoot hazard, shoot mercy. You would have killed the mercy. I mean, she dies, luckily, but you would have made sure she died. Shoot the brig. And then if the soldiers start shooting you, okay, reload, grab mini, shoot the hazard, right? So I would have just stayed on the angle longer. And then you drop here and die. I think you dropping here and dying is not really an issue of drop. It's actually not really an issue of dropping. It's more of an issue of you not playing this angle longer. Is really the issue. Like shoot brig, shoot brig. Your ball doesn't have to get out if you're here, by the way. Your ball stays here. And then you consequently don't die to random shit in main. So that's, yes, that I think that was the issue. Or one of the issues. Okay, we swapped to Roadhog. Actual capitulation. Your ball's doing really well, so this sucks. Deadeye? Big. I love it. I actually love this. Let your team take space. Play an angle when you have it type of stuff. Yeah, just stay on it longer. No one's contesting you. If no one's contesting you, just stay there and shoot them. I love this Deadeye. I think it's great. Deadeye. Bam. Cool. Take space. Okay, our team just jorks it, unfortunately. I think Deadeye's fine. Can they all take cover? Yeah, but I was hoping your hog would walk forward and look for a hook, which he doesn't. So you can just tell this guy's not a hog player. Okay, if you had dirt or like a good roadhog player or 6 on your team, what would this guy be doing? Oh, he doesn't have hook. Never mind. This sucks. If he had hook, he would be walking forward looking for a hook right now, playing with the Deadeye. But whatever. I really don't think the Deadeye matters that much, to be honest. Like, what else could you do? Okay, let's think about it. You could go top right now and look for a Deadeye. I mean, maybe it's better. But it's like, okay, what are we looking to like Deadeye anyway? You're just going to get EMP'd. You can Deadeye the hazard engage, I guess, is what you could have done. Oh, well. This is so inconsequential compared to everything else you've done this game. I wouldn't worry about it. There's like way more egregious mistakes. I don't really care about the Deadeye. Okay, just shoot him. Shoot him type shit. Who do you go, Sojourn? Or Widow? Okay. This is fine. I personally would have stayed Cass here. I mean, I am like a one-trick low-key, but I think Cass is kind of better here in this situation. Because you're like exactly like this. Like I think Cass just does more damage and is a higher kill threat. They kind of just don't do anything on Sojourn. I would have stayed Cass there. But honestly, like, I just, you don't have one specific issue. It's just a bunch of, like, you just threw the game 2 times. And that's it. This death can't happen. This you stagger can't happen. And then there was just a bunch of other stuff, like press the advantage and stuff like that. Nothing in particular. I wouldn't say there's one rule here. I would just pick one of the things I talked about and then practice that. So like practice staying on high grounds when you don't, like if you don't need to drop, then don't drop. Okay. Or also another problem you consistently have, Montana, is you miss windows all the time. You always miss windows to rotate. You always miss windows. Like this hazard walking here is your window to rotate. That is your window to rotate. You need to do that. You just need to do that on basically every hero. It's a very core part of Overwatch is rotating. So I would work on that. Understanding when your tank is basically screening for you, right? When the hazard is standing here, that is your time to rotate with him to take space aggressively. So I would do that. Focus on that and then pick other stuff from the VOD. I hope that was useful though. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. And thank you for once again being a part of the community. I always appreciate you. Lots of info. Perfect. Okay, so our next code is from, yep, good night to you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Is from Denny. Does anyone in chat have a code actually? And it's Denny here. Any takers? The monkey. What is your code? Are you Denny? Or Timmy? Is this you? Sorry, I'm stretching. Okay, let me know who this, if this is you in the chat. I'm actually gonna run to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll just play this so you guys can watch it. Okay, bye bye. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, I I have returned. I do apologize. Fortunately, I live in a studio apartment. It's me. Just made this account long ago. Okay, so you are Denny, aka Monkey, aka Timmy. I do, but it can be the last one to be honest, and allow others to go. Okay, sounds good, Jason. Yeah, we'll do Denny 54226, and then we will do Jason, and then I have to do. Wait, that's actually crazy. I'm pretty sure Dizzy Dwarf is a guy we're gonna look at later. Maybe I'm trolling. That's actually insane. Okay, I actually don't know. Never mind. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at this, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So you said I won, but it did not feel like a win. First round, I did nothing. I was getting killed by the Tracer and Symmetra. I did notice I was using my cooldowns badly. This is also Diamond. Let me actually change it to Diamond, FYI. How far into Diamond is this monkey? Do you know? It's just like Diamond something. Most of my deaths are because I rolled into the enemy team / 1v1s. Okay, good pattern recognition. Then I did blind dead eyes. Yep, don't do those. Diamond 2 to M4. Okay, so this is Diamond. We're going to say this is Diamond 2. What is your rank? Diamond 2? We'll just say it's Diamond 2. That's close enough. Most of my deaths are because I rolled into the enemy team 1v1s. Then I did, okay. I think I'm slow on my rotations and need to work on them. I did try new perks in this game, just experiment, see what I like. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. If you're going into games experimenting with the perks, I'm totally cool with that. That's totally fine on me. If you want my advice, I think you should take Bang Bang 98% of the time, and you should take Gunslinging, or sorry, you should take Silver Bullet every time you're not in a monkey matchup or a Roadhog or Ball matchup. Okay, if you're in those matchups, then take Gunslinging because you just need fan. But keep in mind that pros hardly fan. Okay, fan is not like a thing you use very much. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna keep going, and we will investigate. We will investigate why we felt powerless this game. Mana was getting mad at me for doing my own thing. Okay, perfect segue into. Stop listening to the random people on ladder. They don't know what they're talking about. These people are hard stuck diamond for forever. They don't understand Overwatch macro. They're stuck in their own ways. They project onto everybody else. The people of ladder they don't know what's going on. Okay. So if you want to have comms, join voice chat, but mute text chat. Nothing productive happens in text chat. Okay. Nothing productive. Don't listen to text chat, but you can leave voice chat on. Okay, I'm becoming more lenient on the text, the chat stuff. I've solo queued some tank recently, and I've realized that voice chat is actually very important in some situations, depending on the tank. But anytime there's toxicity, just leave. Anyway, is this console? I'm new to the game too, by the way. Okay, well, Diamond is you're doing very well to be new to the game. So this is fine. Here you see 2 people off angling, so you go main. Love it. Big fan. Big fan. Don't. Wrong. Immediately wrong. Immediately wrong. I'm glad you noticed this yourself. Why are we rolling here? This roll makes no sense. Now you just left 6 seconds. 6-second window of death. Okay. Bad roll. Just walk. Just walk to the angle, and then, because here's how you want to use it, guys. I just talked about it in the last VOD. You want to use your mobility cooldown to get out most of the time, right? Slide out if you're Sojourn, roll out if you're Cassidy. Okay, Genji and Tracers can be exceptions, but especially on hit scan, you want to use your mobility to get out of a position, not into a position, right? So Cassidy is extremely vulnerable when he doesn't have his roll. Okay, so don't roll to the angle here. This sucks. Also, let us know if this is console or PC, by the way. And you die here because you don't have roll. Yeah, you don't have roll, so you die. Okay, I don't really care about the aim. It's PC. Okay, cool. We come left side. Why do you come left here? Let us know why you come left here. I don't really see why you come left. I don't know. Okay, don't autopilot. Think about it. Okay. If you're the enemy team, what do you want to have happen if you're the enemy team? Okay. If I'm red team, what I want right now is for the entirety of blue team to make this rotation like this so that we can just stuff them in the rotation. We can just like beat them up right here in this box. We can just punch them in the face. Bam, 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 over and over and over again. That's what I want to have happen. Okay. You know what I don't want to have happen? I don't want 4 of the enemy team to come here and then one little itty bitty Cassidy on the flank like this, shooting everybody in the back. Okay. That is absolutely not what I want to have happen. That would cost me the entirety of my elo and perhaps my sanity. Okay. So what you should be doing here is you should be like, oh shoot, my whole team is going that way. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to stand right here on the mega. We're going to look through the wall and see when our team gets to about here. And then now we're going to rotate bridge and shoot everybody in the back. And they're going to be like, Cassidy in our back line. Red alert, everyone turn around. Please deal with this guy. And then you just kill 3 people because you're just the GOAT. Okay, so that's how you should have done that. So I would love this play from you. This is a deadlift, what I call a deadlift play. You should be doing this, okay? This is wrong, okay? If you're coordinating with your team and your whole team said, hey guys, let's all go left side and rotate through white room, then I'd be with you, okay? But I really doubt they said that. So yeah, you should have flanked. Faux show would have flanked here. 0 doubt in my mind. Okay, so we're on the angle. You all right? Oh, you actually rotate back to the angle, so good pattern recognition. I actually love that from you, but you should have been there from the beginning. So nice. We actually love this, and you actually do come to the angle. Bam, force the tracer to deal with you. Roll forward for uptime, but the roll is bad because the tracer can kill you. You know it's serious when the impersonations come out. Hey, y'all just be pissing me off, bro. How am I gonna demonstrate my point if I don't impersonate the people of ladder? Here, just don't roll here. Honestly, just contest the tracer and then swing wide when you can. Because here, what you need to do is you just need to shoot them one time and for them to be like, oh my God, there's a Cassidy behind us. That's all you need them to do. So here, honestly, tracer can test you, whatever. I actually don't mind the flash. Flash is fine, in my opinion. You can argue to hold it, but I think it's fine. Whatever, don't worry about it. Don't overthink the flash. Everyone overthinks flash. Don't overthink it, okay? But this roll, you just need to shoot these guys in the back to force them to turn around. Because what you're trying to do here is not really kill people, but to make space. And how do you make space? You force the Kiri to turn around and heal the Tracer or shoot you. You force the Moira to do that. You force the Sim to do that. And while you might die, it at least lets your team walk in with less resistance, okay? So that's the goal here. So yeah, you do actually hit someone in the back. I think you hit the Kiri. Yeah, you actually tag Kiri, and as you can see, she turns around. You needed to do this like multiple times. Okay, so that's like your big thing, and just don't roll here. Don't roll here. A good idea. I love the macro from you. Good macro. I wish we set up there at the beginning, but it's good otherwise. Come to the angle. Why are we coming to the angle again? Because our whole team is main. Okay, so we come to the angle and get marked by Tracer, which is the cost of doing business. Okay, this is just what happens. The higher elo you go, the more likely this is to happen, which is fine. Okay, you just need to be better and win the duel. So that's kind of what it comes down to. Whoops. Okay, so we throw flash early, it looks like. Here you hear Tracer. I would have just low-key just flashed. Oh, we don't have perk. Never mind. I would have just flashed, but whatever. Bye, Tracer. Sick. Tracer cooldown's forced. Now we're on the angle. I would be taking space a little bit more aggressively than you. I like you playing range, but honestly, these guys are all fighting Ram and are really far away. Bam, I would be like this. They're not high mobility heroes, right? They can't punish you. You can get punished by head. I love you standing still, by the way. I think that's amazing. But I would have actually preferred you to do that from here. Okay, so that's the only thing. But I don't really think it matters. I think I mean, it matters, but I wouldn't worry about it too much given that this macro plays. This macro play is just so good that it doesn't honestly matter that much. Nice kill. Great job. This is a deadlift. And this is what happens in your guys' games, guys. You know how Denny came to the angle the first time and got shit on by the Tracer? This is when Anna's of the ladder go, Cassidy, stop blinking. You're throwing the game. You don't know what you're doing. Okay, this is just unfortunate that he lost the micro duel. Okay, then the next fight, he wins the duel against Tracer, and then he just kills 3 and the game is over, okay? Like, just because... Don't listen to the fucking people ladder. It actually pisses me off. It makes me so angry. I don't care if these people are flaming. They don't know what they're talking about. If you're flanking every single fight, okay, maybe it's something to look at. But like on certain maps, it's like your best play. He is coming to the right side because his whole team is in white room. So why the fuck would he also go white room? Especially when the rotation is so long. It doesn't make any sense. These people don't know how to play Cassidy. And that's why Cassidy has a 45% win rate, because people don't get the hero. They don't get it. Definitely don't listen to them if they sound that. Yeah, I agree. I did a blind Deadeye now. It was blind. Yep, this is bad. This is why we don't do blind Deadeyes. This shit sucks. Sim walls up. They all run away from you. You have actually no idea where they are. And it's just bad. It's just bad. And you don't actually like make space here. They already have point two. So it's like, whatever. Yeah, I don't like this. I like the roll across though. Bang, bang. Okay. You coming to the angle is fine, by the way. I actually like you coming to the angle. Just don't Deadeye. Just shoot them. And then honestly, once you see it's lost, just like either trade out or jump off the map at that point. Is what I would do. I would not do here is I would not like come this way and try to live in their backline because they're playing Tracer. If they weren't playing Tracer, like if it was Cassidy Sim, I might. But because it's Tracer, there's actually a good chance that I die in the backline, so I wouldn't do that play. So this would be a trade out or jump off the map situation here. Just as an FYI. And then I don't really care about this death, whatever. Okay, I love the angle. Here you need to. Here, just don't W key. Just don't W key here. You actually walk like 2 steps forward. Here, when we're on the angle, just go wide. Go wide like this. Like actually right against the wall. Don't take space because you just don't need to. And because you're a little bit too far forward here, you're walking backwards now. I would have actually been like 2 feet further away from you. And the chance of me living, it's marginal, but the chance of me living against Eurus is higher. So I would just watch that. Make sure you're maintaining spacing against tanks. Very, very, very important. You don't actually get punished or anything, but it's just one thing to keep in mind. Because 2 feet or 1 meter I mean, 2 feet is not 1 meter, but you guys know what I'm talking about. 1 meter makes a really big difference on Cassidy and can mean life or death a lot of times. Here, you want to poke walk up. Poke walk up. Sick. Why are we rolling? Stop rolling. It doesn't make any sense. Now you don't have roll for this Tracer fight. Luckily you force recall. It's just kind of over. So here, would I have even played it this way? I definitely would be poking walk up right now. I don't give a damn about the TP. Fuck the TP. It's good that you recognize they're going to TP, but I don't really care. Honestly, shoot these guys on the walk up. Shoot the Tracer. Shoot the Tracer. Shoot the. It's actually kind of criminal that we're just now shooting. Like I would have been spamming. Shoot the Orisa. Shoot all these guys. Why do we leave? I don't care. Just stay here. Now they TP. Here's the exact reason why. Because you would have stuffed the Tracer before she even takes space. But because you're not even watching for it, now she's able to take space, and now she's behind a few of you. And this is a nightmare situation. She's in now. You just lost, right? So if you just stuffed main, you would have saw the Tracer and denied the rotation entirely. So it would have been way better. So I don't really care about this TP. You can't. What are you gonna do, bro? Like, what are you gonna do about the TP? Cassidy can't do anything. I mean, you could break it with coordination, but I doubt there's any coordination here. So yeah, I don't really care about this TP. I prefer lane control, because here's the thing, like if you spam down main and you don't see the Tracer, then you rotate. I'm totally down for that. But because you don't even have the habit, yeah, you see that you just care too much about the TP. Actually, I don't give a damn about this TP. Okay, in these matchups, especially if there's someone you can stuff on the rotation still, you should definitely just take this duel. I don't give a fuck about dealing with the TP. This is like a Ram situation. Your Ram can deal with that. You should just deal with the Tracer here. You saw her anyway. So I think that's more of a matchup specific thing than a lane or poking issue, actually. But honestly, you made 2 egregious mistakes here. Well, one of them is your first death should have never, ever, ever happened. This death was really lazy. And then your second thing is whenever you did come to the flank the first time, you just needed to win the duel on the Tracer. And then there's a bunch of like random shit, to be honest. But that first death is unacceptable. You need to stop rolling forward. I don't think there's a single time here where rolling forward makes sense. So yeah, just stop. I'd rather you die or I'd rather you miss kills because you don't roll forward than you dying because you roll forward all the time. The perk. He said he was experimenting with perks, which I think is fine. I would have picked double flash here for sure, especially in a Tracer matchup. But if you just want to mess around with them, then that's fine by me. Here? Okay, wait. What is this? I don't... Who cares about TP, bro? Who cares? Fuck the TP. Especially in this situation, because they can't actually retake it. Like, I don't know if you know, but you did say you're new, so I'll just explain this like as if you are new. Sim players will just TP here, and then they all drop. Everyone drops the point, and normally you don't hold here. You actually hold back here, and you play this when you're playing Sim, because you want to just spam the walk up. But anyway, fuck the TP, and I would not flank in this situation. So the reason I don't want to flank in this situation is proximity. You're way too close to the enemy team. Been playing for 3 months. Okay, gotcha. That is pretty new. You're definitely learning way faster than the average person, by the way. So that's congratulations. But I don't like this angle because it's way too close to the enemy team. Okay, we don't want to be like Cassidy's sweet spot is like 15 to 20 meters. Okay, this is 5 meters at best. Okay, so I don't like this. I like the idea of flanking, but not on this map because it just doesn't allow for good proximity. A lot of night market is going to be flanking, just playing main as Cassidy. Because this is just not as good. Will there be times where you will flank like this? Yeah, but it's going to be more on your side of the map instead of the enemy side of the map. Like you can clearly see that the enemy is staged here, right on their side. So it's just not good range for you. So I would not have flanked here personally. I would have just stayed main. So like how I would have played this? Do you get a kill? Yeah, it's fine, but keep in mind it's like risk reward. I would honestly just be spamming out the Orisa. Gold comes out. Spear comes out, and then I'm just spamming. I'm just hitting headshots, a gajillion headshots. That's all it is. But yeah. So now that you get one, then yeah, I mean, after you get one, this is a good play. You're synced with your team. Your team's pushing in. Now you have a good flank on the red team, so it's good. So you have like good flank fundamentals. I just wouldn't have taken it in this situation. But I love that you continue the flank after you've identified that you are winning. So I like that. And this death is just unfortunate, to be honest. Also, I do want to point out in your notes, it said first round you did nothing. That's just not true, by the way. What you did was flank, and flanking is making space, and that's not a statistic. And that's why you feel like you did nothing, because you're not validated by the scoreboard. Fuck the scoreboard. The scoreboard doesn't matter 90% of the time. Okay, if you have 15 deaths on a 3-minute game, okay, then we can talk about it. Okay, but most of the time, scoreboard is not representative of actual gameplay. Okay, and that's why on Tracer, having half the damage of your ally DPS is not a big deal because you're staging, you're flanking, you're doing stuff like that, right? And that all takes time, which otherwise would have spent doing damage. Okay, so fuck the scoreboard. You did fine, generally fine on first point. You just need to not do some stupid shit, like die first fight. Okay, here. Okay, why do we roll? Shooty's got bad roll, so why are we rolling? Why is this lot? What actually happens? Okay, so sorry, I got on a tangent. I actually forgot the entire sequence of events here. Ram dies. Okay, Ram dies here. Honestly, I wouldn't even be pushing. I would just wait and leave. This fight's lost. Your Ram died so early, and it was for free too. They didn't even use any ultis. Just stand here, shoot them, and then leave. Bam. Is what I would do. Used to play R6. Just way too many hackers. Welcome to the fold. There's not very many cheaters in Overwatch, to be honest. Very, very rare. I'd say 1 in like 100 games I have a cheater, or at least an obvious cheater. Nice headshot. I like that. Just play main. You're up 1. Just play main, bro. Because if you think about it, how are you gonna throw the fight? You're gonna throw the fight by being on an angle, taking a bad 1v1 and dying. Okay. You're already up 1. Just run it down main, bro. Just run it down main. This flank doesn't need to happen. Okay, I don't know what that nano was, but whatever. Okay, here we have Deadeye. I want you to stage for Deadeye. Get ready for Deadeye here. So I would be, I don't know, get creative. Figure it out. Do whatever you want. You can do this. You can rat in Mega Room and then swing wide with Deadeye. You can play back point and Deadeye when they walk in. Just have some kind of play in mind, right? Deadeye, the Blizzard, and ult track that they're gonna have Blizzard and then Deadeye the Blizzard. I don't fucking care. Pick something. But I would have a plan. You should have a plan for your Deadeye. If you have no plan, think about why you have no plan. Is it because you don't know the ult economy? Is it because you don't know how to use Deadeye on this map? Is it because you whatever? Try to figure it out. Try to have some kind of plan with Deadeye here. Don't worry about this. I wouldn't do this because I understand what you're trying to do, which is you're trying to mark the Reaper on the angle. But the problem is now you're super extended from your team. Like, notice the distance between you and your team here. This is like 25 meters, or maybe a little bit less than that. Maybe it's like 20 meters. Either way, there's at least that much distance and 2 walls between you. Okay, I just wouldn't come mark this Reaper. It's not an easy 1v1. This is actually like 50-50 in my opinion, kind of depending on the situation. But I just wouldn't come rotate to mark him. I would just stand here and mark him just because this is too far. It's just too far for Cassidy. So I wouldn't be doing that. And as you can, I mean, he ends up actually TPing out. So now you have a flank, which is, I mean, it worked out, but I would have just been in main shooting, to be honest. I would have been in main shooting and I would have dead-eyed right now, is the thing. And then I would dead-eye. How I would do is I would dead-eye here and then stand here. Dead-eyes, just stand here, stand here, stand here, stand here, and then swing or something is how I would have done it. But this is fine. Now that you recognize no one's on the angle and that you have a flank opportunity, taking it is fine. I actually like this from you. So you do seem to be perma-flanking. You might need to dial it back a little bit, okay? And it will be map specific. You flank like 2 more times than I would have this game. You need to flank when it makes sense, okay? Do we have an advantage already? And can we push into the enemy team because they're already kiting? Yes, okay, then don't flank, okay? Like last fight right before this one, we shouldn't have flanked. And then here, I wouldn't have flanked either, but it pans out. Well, I think the better play was standing main and Deadeye. Yeah, like exactly what you did to Moira. And see, like now we're flanking again and there's so much downtime. Like, you're just lucky your tank doesn't, or no one explodes on your team. Yeah. So I don't like that flank from you. Again, now you're perma flanking. So we need to tone it down. Okay, now we go main. Shoot queen. Okay, notice you're getting spammed out, so you come right side. Perfect. I like this. Shoot Cass. Okay, I don't know why you're crouching, by the way. Don't do this. It looks like a bad habit. Just no point. It just makes you slower. There's no point. Don't crouch. Just shoot them. This is all fine. Let me see the technique a little bit here. In gunfights, if you don't have to, you just walk laterally. Just walk left and right. So I will show you here. I do like that you stop moving, but don't crouch. And then here you just walk forward for a split second. But honestly, it's not that big a deal. Your macro is good. I like the macro. I love this rotation, by the way. This rotation is really good. You rotate away from the queen as she's rotating back to point. This is super sick. And you take this space that's now empty. Great. This is excellent. This is an insane rotation, actually. This is like a GM rotation. I love this from you. Nice. Kill the Junkrat. Now we're on a good angle. Stop crouch. You just have to stop crouching. This doesn't make any sense. Overwatch is not a game where you should be crouching very much. You crouch to like dodge headshots like in 1v1s, and that's pretty much it. It's not like a crouch kind of game. Here I actually like you maintaining distance, but this is exclusively because of the tank matchup. So the Junker Queen matchup is very much about space. If you're close to Junker Queen, you will die. Okay. So on some maps, the Junker Queen matchup can be really, really brutal because the spacing is really hard to do and like still get value. I like you playing this far given this matchup, but if this was something like a Zarya, I would prefer you to, press the advantage and play a lot more aggro. But this is fine in this situation. Don't like the roll because she could shout and push you. I just don't like the roll. Good roll out. I mean, it's also lucky that we have gunsling in here, but... Spam down main, spam the walk up. This is fine. We have Deadeye now. You're not in this fight at all. Okay, so here, you see someone walk in, you need to rotate right side. You can see, you need to read your team's body language. Your tank is walking forward. Cool. You're going to recognize this, go wide, and fight for this. Your tank is fighting. You have to match his intention. Okay, your tank is fighting. Bro, take some space and open up a good angle for you. Like, do anything. But you're not doing anything here. Yeah, you're not in a... It's not because you're not trying. It's because you're not in a good position to do anything. Like, should your tank be fighting here? Probably not, because you at least need to commit an ult if you're going to hold this space. Like, why are we not using Blizzard? Why are we not using anything? But you need to read his intentions, right? Because if he dies and you stayed back here, what's the fucking point? You might as well... If he dies, you might as well try to help him win that fight. Yeah, now we nano. Should they be fighting there, guys? Probably not, right? We probably should have staged there earlier, fought for more aggressively with Blizzard, then use nano late fight or something, whatever. But you have to match your teammates' intentions, right? Unless it costs you like your life or something crazy like that, or like a really good position. Most of the time, matching your team's intentions is the correct play. Like here, we should be matching the Ram, and we should have been doing that the whole fight, but we were just like out of this whole fight. It was 4v5. I mean, and then you just like mechanics diff the enemy team, which is very fortunate. But this is a symptom of the enemy team sucking balls, not you being good. So... And then we're just perma on the angle. Zone out the soldier, shoot the queen. Like, this is all sick. No, that was good. That was good. I actually love this flank from you. You have good timing against the Roadhog. You hear the Roadhog walking forward and you don't hear him turn around. So this is actually bad. It was actually better if you just walked forward, because you would have been able to catch this angle. And this is fucking brutal. This is actually so brutal. You're also having very favorable matchups here. I think if you perma-flank like this, you're gonna lose a lot more games because you'll play against less favorable matchups. Like if they played Genji, you're probably losing more. If they play, I don't know, just literally anyone that can mark you better, or if they had even a better Kiriko player, you're probably screwed. So I do think this playstyle is good, but it's going to be inconsistent based on matchups if you continue to do the same thing, right? If you just perma-flank every fight blindly, you're going to lose. But honestly, your playstyle is very winning. This is like the ideal player, in my opinion. Like, to mold into... Like, you can hit GM. I'm very, very confident you can hit GM. Very, very confident. The reason being is because flanking... A lot of people don't understand the importance of flanking and space making and shit like that in Overwatch in general. And then they also don't understand the importance of doing that on Cassidy, right? It's also lucky here because we have a Mei DPS. If you had a Tracer DPS and you perma-flanked the whole time, I think he was also Ashe. But if you had a Tracer and you perma-flanked, then you would probably be trolling, because now both your DPS are flanking and there's no one in main and you're just going to lose the tank trade every time. So you just need to be a little bit more aware of the matchups as you continue to play the game, right? In this matchup with my ally DPS, is it more appropriate for me to spend more time in main or whatever, right? And the way I tell people to do that is like, as you walk out of spawn, just see where your ally DPS is. If they're flanking, chances are you don't need to flank, okay? If they are main botting, it's going to depend on the map and the matchup or whatever, but chances are you should flank, okay, as like a rule of thumb. But generally great gameplay. Honestly, I really liked a lot of this. In terms of macro, I think you have a really good idea of angle control and the importance of flanking, but I do feel like you need some work, particularly in the role department. Your roles are horrendous. Role should be used defensively 90% of the time. I see you rolling for uptime way too much. So especially in bad matchups like against Junker Queen, I don't like that a lot. I don't like you rolling to angles when you don't need to. On Cassidy, you just walk to angles more than you think. Or let's say you want to make a rotation like in the mid fight. This is a purely theoretical situation, but let's say your team is fighting here okay, on this mini, and you want to make this rotation, how you would do this is that you would roll at the start of the rotation. That way, by the time you get here to be able to follow up with your team, you have roll back off cooldown. Okay, that's how you would do it. Not like get halfway, then roll, and then now it's on cooldown again type of situation. Or like roll at the very end of your rotation. That doesn't make any sense either, right? Unless you just had bad timing to begin with, but that's a bigger problem. So, but generally a lot of great ideas. I think just work on your roll in particular. It felt like you did nothing because you flanked a lot, and those just lead to high impact kills. So that's why you have less damage or whatever. Mechanics were fine. I didn't think you have any real mechanics issues. And then I would have chosen different perks, and then that's about it. Generally good gameplay. This looks climbing to me. You should climb for sure. Okay, cool. Thank you for the code. If you have any extra questions, just let me know, by the way. And then also welcome to the community. I don't think I've seen you around too much. Are you starting in gold 4? Yeah, I mean, you're definitely improving very quickly. You can definitely get masters next season. For sure. There's not a doubt in my mind. Okay. We're looking at Jason's platinum here. Let me change this to platinum. Jason, how far? What are we in platinum, by the way? If you're here. Oh, and good Hollywood gameplay. Hollywood is a very strange map. Not a big Hollywood fan personally. Drives brought me down to P3, I think. Lol. That's how it goes, man. Oh, my Amazon's going crazy. Please ignore the Amazon. Dude, is my 3-key work? There we go. Okay. All right, so Jason Vaught, haven't had one of these in a while. Good to see you back. And we're rocking the Cassidy with a Diva Reaper Lijiang Juno, which is a fine comp. Nothing in particular. Just read where your Reaper's going. If your Reaper's flanking, then you probably don't need to flank. A lot of, I mean, this is also map specific. Cassidy on Hollywood is a lot of just play main. There's like certain angles you want as Cassidy. It's a lot of, on this map, it's really you want to go high ground, or if you need to, you can stay on the floor on attack. And then you want to work this room, and then you just want to be on high ground on all a second. That's just like basically it. There's not a lot of standing on the floor on this map. Spam out the ram. This is all fine. Spam out ram. I don't like you walking forward here, by the way. Just stay wide. So here, you're pressing W key to get closer to the ram. Just stay wide and just AD strafe, okay? The thing against brawl tanks in general, like Orisa and like Ram and like Ryan and stuff like that, it's all about proximity. The closer you are to them, the more likely you are to die. And I mean, if you're back here, it's still in your effective range, right? So what's the point of walking forward? Just stand farther back. So quick note on that. Is there any notes on this? First game on in a while, didn't even aim train. Okay, I do recommend you warm up before you get into comp, but okay. I felt like I was in flow state this game. Could be the people I played against are just bad. Looking for micro tips if there are any. Other tips are appreciated. Okay, so micro, don't walk forward in that matchup. No point. Okay, just AD strafe. Nice, we're well staged for this upcoming fight. This was perfect. Great macro from you. I love this. Didn't have to do anything crazy. Just poked him out and that's fine. Mark the Genji and he dies. Perfect. I also like the technique here. Here, you're actually too far away to throw flash. So you actually wait. Hold on. So we're just going to look at this. Shoot the Genji. I don't like these flicks from you. We should be tracking, not flicking here. But Genji drops. You know he has no deflect. Throw a flash. And then bam, headshot. He's sick. Great job. Love that from you. Good shots on cast. I like you actually marking the cast here. It is a little bit blind, I will say. You don't actually know what's going on in main, right? Like, I mean, I guess your diva is making space, but whatever. I think this is largely okay. Your Reaper's in their backline, and I would definitely go top here. Okay, here, I would have just went top. Whoops. I knocked off the left key on my keyboard. Okay, here. Bam. I would have honestly stayed main probably in this situation. You already see that your Reaper's flanking, right? So we don't really need to do anything crazy. And you're already up one, so just stand main, force out ram, and then probably look to go wide like this or find timing back to go high ground. Also, just going high ground is strong in general here. So this is just a rare situation where going main is just good because you have an advantage already. Just push the advantage, right? So in this situation, yeah, it's either go top or go down main. I would do either. I probably would not do whatever this is. Yeah, like I would have already been up top here. Cool. And we have Deadeye. Don't be afraid to use it. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Big fan. Big fan of this Deadeye. Bang. Blow his head off. Huge gameplay. Huge gameplay. Shoot Moira. Yeah, I mean, you can see how broken the angle is. Like, I just wish you were up here earlier. It's kind of the only thing. It's just broken angle. Shoot cast. Let's get micro here. We come to the angle. You know he's there. You hear his footsteps. Bad crosshair placement. You hear him right in front of you. So I would love you to be aiming at the door when you swung the angle. And this is fine. That looked fine to me. I love your roll out here. There's actually a real chance you die to Hanzo. So I love that. That's good. I don't know why you're afraid to peek. They have no verticality, right? Look at you've been playing against the enemy comp for like 2 minutes now at this point, 3 minutes at this point. How do they deal with you on the high ground? There's zero chance for them to deal with you. They're playing Cassidy. What does Cassidy have? No vert. Okay. And then they have Kiri Ram with limited vert. Okay. And then they have more Ram. How are they ever going to deal with you? It's not like you're playing against a diva, right? Just stand here, bro. Just stand here and shoot them. I don't know why you're giving up the angle. Shit, they were Genji till they switched. So true. Yeah, you saw them go Hans or Cash. So yeah, you should just stay on the angle. For sure. Howdy Zatis, good to see you, man. You're 3 wins away from Diamond. Congratulations, man. The Diamond has been calling your name. And now you must answer. And now you're just on the broken angle. Like, you could have just been on this the whole fight before this, prior, right? So that's the only thing. I don't know why you're not rotating. What are you doing? Go rotate to shoot the ram. Why are you just standing here? The thing is, like, they can't deal with you, number one. Do you drop? No, I wouldn't drop. Just stand on the, just, like, in this situation, don't drop because you can just get to them from here and just stand here and shoot the ram. Like, it's the same thing. It's the same idea. Dropping is okay, but, I mean, I'd rather you drop and shoot the ram than you stand up here and jork it. But I would rather you just rotate on the high ground and shoot the ram from here, to be honest. That's about it. Yeah, quick ore farm. Yeah, you just put on the Piccolo pose and just stood here for and just emoted. Like, what is this? Okay, I don't like the Deadeye. Why do I not like the Deadeye, guys? Anyone know? Why? He's 2 feet away from the rim. Yeah, you're way too close. You're on the ground and you're way too close to this guy. This doesn't make any sense. Why is this guy's Deadeye better? Does anyone know? Why does Screw Me have a better Deadeye than Jason? It's further, and what else? What else makes it better? Cover? Yeah, that's one. And what's the other thing? He kills you. I don't really care about him killing you. The other thing is he's on a flank, okay? On Deadeye, you want to think about range, cover, and flanks. That's what you want to think about. Right? And he at least has a flank, okay? He doesn't have good range here. Like, I don't like this Deadeye. I mean, it's okay. But, I mean, no, it's not good because his team can't even follow up with him. Yeah, the card's already there. This Deadeye sucks too. But, like, yeah. I just wanted to demonstrate kind of more principles of Deadeye. Yeah, we die. Whatever. Your main issue is you didn't rotate from the high ground to shoot the ram. Like, that was it. How did this happen? Okay, so we kill a guy in spawn because we're actually sick nasty at the video game. And then we come left side. Bang, bop, boom. Love this. Big fan of this. Ginormous fan. Ginormous fan of what just happened there. And then we go high ground. I'm an even bigger fan. I'm actually probably the Jason #1 fan right now. Rotate top right. Excellent. You're just deadlifting. This is deadlift Cassidy gameplay right here. This is dope. Big fan of this. Bang, bang. Whatever. Probably here. I think you hear them behind you. They know you're here. After they know you're here, you might just leave, to be honest. I don't know. I actually don't know. You could just stay up here. I don't really know what the better answer is. Yeah, you hear the Hanzo climb. Yeah, whatever. I actually don't really care about you dying there too much. Whatever. You probably could have done something better in terms of micro, but the idea is fine. The idea is good enough, to be honest. We're up 1. We come left. Definitely flash here. You have the perk. You have bang bang. Definitely. Bam, flash. Shot flash immediately. I think you actually catch the Moira. Does she have fade? She has fade, so you would force fade here. Or you would just stun her and kill her. So I definitely would. That was a misplay for sure. I don't know why you don't use flash. For sure, flash there. That's tragic that your Lijiang dies to that. Why do we kite? Is someone dead? I don't really know why you're giving so much space here. So here we kill 2 and then Reaper dies. Okay, so Reaper is dead here. And then we walk forward. Should have flashed, but whatever. No flash. Get both supports attention. Come back to the... Honestly, just keep fighting the supports here. I think grab mini, then fight the supports here. Wu died. After Wu dies, I think it's fine. But you gave up space earlier is kind of what I'm like, here you should have still been fighting the backline. And because you don't fight the backline, this guy gets healing. Like, look. Well, let's just watch the Curie. So watch Curie. Bam. Pocket ram. Suzu herself. Okay, hold on. We actually gotta go back earlier. Okay, enemy Curie perspective. Heal bot ram. Throw a couple kunais. Heal the enemy Cass. DC. heal the Moira. Cass leaves. Pocket the ram once more. Suzu herself because she finally got dove by somebody. Bro, you should have just been shooting this guy the whole time. Like after you get marked and you grab the mini, just go back and shoot them again. Because the problem is when you're not shooting them, what are they going to do? They're going to heal bot the ram. And if they don't shoot you and continue heal botting the ram, guess what? They fucking explode. So you needed to do something. We just kind of jork it. Not great. Okay. Guys, why do I like this Deadeye? Thoughts? Why is this Deadeye kind of cool? This is a good Deadeye. They all there? Yep. The ram just used form. He's got a backup. You take space with this. And also, what is the enemy team's weakness? If we look at the enemy team comp, what do we have? What do they not have? Where's my epic pen? There were 2 skulls. Yeah, Deadeye sucks, unfortunately. But look at this. Bam, they got no mobility. No mobility. Yippee! What does that mean? We can be more aggressive with Deadeye and be able to actually kill things with it, which is so cool and amazing. So they don't have a way to punish you for this. Unless you get one tap by Hanzo, but that's just, you know, cost doing business, right? Is Hanzo even on your screen? He's not even on your screen, so I don't even know where he is. Like, this is fun. I love this Deadeye. I think it's good. Nice. Great job. Great job. Okay, let's look at defense. Do we win? Yeah, looks like you win defense. Okay, you're on here for way too long. Way too long. When you see the enemy backline walk up, bam, I'm dropping right now. I'm dropping right now. And you will see precisely why. Because of this. Jason stays up here and takes 192 damage or whatever. Okay, this is unacceptable. We should not be taking this much damage ever. This will constitute in our deaths. Okay, so don't do this. You roll off, which is great, but you should have dropped earlier. So, mistake. Don't standing up. That high ground is not very important. Okay, stand up there for 3 seconds, shoot them for 3 seconds, and then drop. This high ground is good for the attacking team and for late fight rotations like this up and shooting backline. Okay, that's all it's for. Okay, I don't care about the high ground. Don't worry about it. Here, you just want to aim for backline. I don't care about the Haz. Ignore the hazard. After this guy climbs up here, your goal should be stuffing the backline and don't let them take space, okay? Don't let this Cassie walk forward. Don't let these guys walk out of choke. That should be your goal. So shoot this guy or shoot these guys. I don't care. Probably shoot Cass is better here, but whatever. I went up to help the diva. This is trolling, okay? This is trolling. You should not be doing this. Why? But yeah, I definitely should have stayed on the floor. Okay, I'm glad you recognize that. Not only is this a bad matchup for you, but you just can't really do anything up here. And if the hatchup, I mean, if this guy just walks on you, you're screwed. And because now you're on the staircase, the enemy backline can go wide without getting punished, or at least it's easier because it's just Torb, right? And the Torb is half HP. So yeah, you needed to just stand in the backline. This diva dying is not your fault. This diva dying is, she doesn't understand. She gets actually stuck in the wall. That's actually so sad. That's actually tragic. But it's like, what? There's nothing you possibly could have done to prevent that situation other than break the wall. But it's not your fault at all. Yeah, actually so sad. But yes, don't rotate the stairs there. Just stuff their backline. And then here, honestly, I would do the same thing. I would be pretty aggressive here because you're down tank. And the chance of you guys actually doing anything here is pretty slim. I would definitely be a little bit aggressive and try to look for a kill. I don't know. I wouldn't like roll forward or anything, but I would do what you're doing here. Like, and get ready to roll out if I need to. This is fine. Diva is still alive. Yeah, but she's out of mech is what I'm saying. You have no mech. And then I like the roll on the slash. I think it's fine. I would actually prefer you on this rotation to do this though. I would not walk forward here. Once the wall goes down, he's probably gonna, I mean, something's probably gonna happen. They kind of need to make something happen. I would have just walked backwards and played the corner, but whatever. I think your idea is fine. This was fine. This was actually a fine idea. I think you do see that the hazard is 1 though. So here you tag Haz, he's half, and then he ends up being low, so you reswing, which is not terrible, but I actually like the this is exactly when you would do this kind of rotation. Bam, hazard's in deep. Unlikely you kill him in this right now, like in this circumstance. Rotate top, because actually look what's up here for you. Flash double headshot, or catch the Ash here. Oh wait, that's your Alari. Sorry, you catch the Ash here and you just win, right? So I actually would have liked that rotation from you. Cool. I mean, this is just Cassidy, so I don't really know. Nothing too crazy here. You're playing your distance well against the hazard matchup. Like, yeah, this is good. Exactly. This is exactly what you should do. This is what you could have done that fight before, right? You know hazard's up top. He just slashed to get up there. Stuff the cast, forces roll out, right? So now he comes back to, if he comes back to the angle, he has to do so way less aggressively, and he's actually way more punishable by the diva. And then you just get a quick 2-tap on the Ash. Like, this is exactly what, yeah, this is perfect. Stuff the backline. Nice headshots. I actually love that you commit for this. I actually love that because you are low-key screwed, okay? So you just have to. You can't really, I really doubt you live here. Unless you do a perfect roll timing, whatever, it's not gonna happen. I love you just aiming head level and just egoing and pray that he dies. That's fucking sick. I actually love that from you. I would have done the exact same thing. I don't like this Deadeye. The fight is already won. Why are we using Deadeye? Makes no sense. It's kind of obvious. The fight's won, bro. Like, why? I understand she's in co, but who cares? They're not gonna win that fight. It's 5v3. Someone would have to like catastrophically misplay here for you to lose this fight. And honestly, the biggest candidate for that right now is you. So, yeah, like, there's no way you lose this. Yeah, you were chilling. No Deadeye. Bang. I love you walking forward there. Bang. Poke them. Yeah, just poke. Don't get crazy. Just poke. Yeah, we're chilling. And then... this is fine. Respecting the hazard. Oh, now they're on Orisa. Okay. So now you can play high ground more aggressively if you want, because it's going to be harder for you to get punished. This is perfect, bro. I actually would have made the rotation. Orisa pushes the point. Bam. Walk up top. Shoot backline. It's winning. It's actually so winning. I would have done that. But this is also okay. To pick one, I don't really care. Timing is the issue for me then. I think this is also winning, to be honest. The Orisa is very overextended here, so this is fine as well. Just shoot the Orisa or go for backline, either one. I don't really think this isn't really a good game to learn from. Like, your defense looks good generally. Your attack looked good too. This is like fine. Your second point attack looked bad because you just like didn't swing the high ground. Like your second point attack looked the worst out of everything so far. Timing is the issue. I don't really think you have a time problem. She has Jav. Oh, she just used Jav. If you know she doesn't have Jav and you do this, this is fine. Yeah, I just wanted to show at least something coming from a long hiatus, really. Yeah, this is good. I mean, you look underrated in this game. You definitely carry this game, for sure. Like, the defense is almost perfect. Like, this defense is almost perfect. It's really good. I don't like you taking this much poke on high ground. Just drop, bro. The high ground is not that important on this map. Yeah, like, why are we dying here? This makes no sense. I spoke too soon. That's actually crazy that you died there. I did speak too soon. If you drop, you die to cast. No, because you would have dropped earlier. Here's how you would have done this. Look. Okay, so here you dropped and you go back. I'll tell you exactly when I would have dropped. Shoot cast, bam, shoot cast, shoot cast. Dropping now. I would have dropped right now. Once you see the enemy backline, you just drop. Because the chance of you dying is really high. So you drop here, and then you posture like this. Bam, drop. You stand here, and you shoot the Orisa, shoot the Orisa, shoot the Orisa, shoot the cast. Like, this cast would never been able to do this. This is a really stupid play from cast if you played this correctly. You would have just punished him and you would have insta-died. Like, if I was coaching Scroomy right here, I'd be like, here's what I would tell Scroomy. Okay, cool. I don't like this roll. Like, why are we rolling? Just walk to the angle. You know they're playing Diva. This is fucking stupid. Why are you rolling? Okay, then we swing the angle with no roll, mind you. No roll against a point-blank Diva, and we walk forward. Guys, this is why Diva has a 45, or sorry, this is why Cassie has a 45% win rate. Because people just flex to cast, and it's like this. It's terrible. This makes zero sense. This guy has no idea how to play Cassidy. And then everyone thinks Cassidy's the easiest hero in the world, and they play like this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? This shit is garbage. It makes no sense to me. Okay, I just fucking lit this plot cast on fire. But either way, like you should be punishing this guy. Also, let me ban this thing real quick. Let me get a... What the fuck? Let me get a ban, please. Oh, I thought I just banned Jason for a second there. I don't know if he was plot, to be honest, bro. I don't know, but he doesn't know how to play Cassidy, right? You just shouldn't have dropped here. Or you should have dropped earlier. That standing up there just doesn't make any sense. Okay, we catch a Junkrat, then we stage top. It's so cool. Get jabbed off, whatever, go back up top. It's so lit. Shoot them from here. Cool, we have Deadeye. Yep. See, are we able to really do anything right now? No. Okay, we can't really do anything. But what are we preventing? We're preventing the Junkrat from taking high ground. We're preventing the cast from taking high ground. That's why we come here. It's less good playmaking for cast, and it's more denying enemy playmaking. And now that the card is pushed up more, we can actually do things. Okay, so this is good. Don't like the Deadeye. This is so easy to kite. Way too easy to kite. Do you have cover? Yeah, but we're not like taking any space here. Don't like this. And then we just died a tire or whatever. Bad Deadeye. If you Deadeyed on the ground there, I would have liked it more, but it's still bad. Just shoot Orisa. Yeah, farm Orisa. Sick. Farm the Junkrat. It's just infinite value, bro. Okay, we just stand up here forever, I guess. Headshot. Leave. Nope, you needed to leave. So once you see the Orisa start taking space, you should hypothesize that she's going to come up top here. You should be on bridge right now, leaving. Yeah, I should have waited for the card to move a bit. No, this is just not like a... I mean... you know, never say never, but like I just don't like Deadeyes here. It's really awkward. They're all below you. They have to be like where your team is right now. This is where the enemy team would have to be, a type of situation. I would just wait, hold Deadeye for a situation like this, to be honest. Like, it's just way better. Anyways, you needed to kite this Orisa. You get caught off guard and then drop. Like, you shouldn't be dropping. You should have been on the bridge and then kiting the Orisa like this. So you needed to recognize that. And then you see a flank opportunity, you take it. Sick. I actually love it from you. Kill the 1 HP Orisa. Kill the Cass. And then you just win. Yeah, look good. Defense look good. In general, besides your first point, we are on the first high ground for way too long. Way too long. Okay, those deaths up there are game losing, so stop dying there. It doesn't make any sense. And then your second attack, it just looked weird. Like, why are we playing the high ground the way we did? Doesn't make any sense. But this looked winning to me. This was good. Great job. But yeah. Let me know if you have any other questions about this, Jason. This looked good and look climbing for sure. This definitely climbing. You carried that game outside of the first death, or the death on the high ground at first. That didn't make any sense. Thanks. Yeah, no problem at all. Glad I could help. Someone ping me. Yes, it's me. Oh, okay. Timmy pinged me in the Discord. I see. Okay, so we are going to do something a little bit different. We're going to VOD review some players from a team my friend coaches. And I do not believe they play Cassidy. They just play DPS as a whole. So we're not going to obsess over this. We are just going to look more at the macro of the game and try to figure out what is going on in you know, what they need to fix in terms of macro itself. So we're going to be looking at Clover and Golden here. Yeah, we're going to look at Clover and Golden here, which we're playing double flex DPS. So generally, whenever you're playing double flex DPS, it's all about setting up angles and looking for the dive, okay? The Genji coaching, yeah. Rare Genji coaching from Tail here. Let me also remove... I think this is about platinum, like gold platinum. By the way. It's like gold platinum-ish scrim range. Okay, so rare Genji Tracer coaching from Tail, okay? How... double flex DPS generally works is that you're just looking to angle max. Okay, you were here, Kwame. You're looking to angle max. Okay, so like on Sanctum, for example, you want to take angles. Okay, where do we want our team to be then? We want to be basically everywhere and setting up for a dive. Okay, so we have our Tracer on one side, we have our ball on one side, and our Genji is also here, but it's going to be late. Did we TP out? Okay, we did not TP out of spawn. Highly recommend you TP out of spawn. Maybe she got banned. I don't know. Because this is like a scrim setting. Definitely recommend you TP out of spawn here because it'll let your core take space faster. And it should be your Tracer player that does it. But if you're consciously skipping sim because you want to take space as a Tracer faster, whatever. Okay. But... yeah, so we need to be looking for a dive, and we need to figure out who our dive target is going to be. It's going to be someone that's out of position, someone that's low in the poke stage, something along those lines. It's not always concrete. You will have some comps where it will be something like the Ana in this situation, and other comps it'll be the Lucio because he's just the easiest to catch out. Sometimes it'll be a Cassidy, a Symmetra. It'll just depend on the situation, right? There's not always a specific person. Genji coaching. We're looking more at macro here, guys. I'm not going to tell this Genji player how to play Genji, just how to play DPS as a whole. So I like this setup from you guys. But I don't really know why our ball is on. I don't really know what our ball is doing, to be honest. But here I would like for us to be poking in this phase here to just not only start getting ult charge, but also to see what the enemy comp is. So I would definitely be coming wide here and just poke a little bit, then back up. But this is fine. From the Genji, and then from the Tracer, we're just set up on the left side of the map to be here for a dive. This is kind of brutal though because they're playing a brawl comp. You can't really dive in this room. Your engage is probably going to be somewhere in the middle of the rotation, so like a here or a here. I mean, this is not possible anymore because they've already pushed you far. It's gonna be something more like this. This is kind of brutal, to be honest. I don't really know how the best way to approach this would be. Yeah. So, forced point here. Cool. I think this is like probably ideal. Like after you realize that you actually can't force an engage here, you just kite their rotation, live, look for something like a straggler like this May, which is perfect, and then force point here. I think this is fine. I don't really know what else you're supposed to do. They force point. Wow, this is kind of brutal. This is kind of just a comp, like death ball versus a dive comp is just low key counter. I don't really know what the answer is here. Okay, but let's look at the staging here. So we should be looking through the wall to see where our tank is. So here we spam out main and leave. Okay, whatever. See where our tank is. We see our tank is on the backside of point, right? You can see him here. We should be looking to stage with the ball engaged right now. So our tracer players should be going wide right now. Bam, like this. To follow up on this dive, and we're not here. We're too late. So this is a staging issue. We're not in time for this. This Ana should die 100% of the time. And the reason she doesn't is because our tracer's not here, right? You need to look at where your ball is, trust that he's scouting to know where people are, and then set up for the dive, and then bam, be there right when it happens. On tracer, you can't be late by even half a second. We're actually like a quarter second late, and we lose the Ana kill as a result of that. So mistake. So staging mistake from our tracer here. And our Genji, same issue. We're just not active and we just don't do anything. Okay. So here, I mean, if you're trying to consciously avoid damage, I mean, I don't even think it's good. I would be poking, right? We need to start building Blade. You're already deep on an angle here. I mean, I don't even, how did we get here? Poke these guys out. I mean, I don't know. This is kind of weird. This is a very weird situation because instead of resetting for your supports, you guys actually just walk forward and stay in the mega room. So honestly, the best play here at this point is for both Golden and Clover to totally wrap. Because there's like nothing you can do here, honestly, just totally wrap with your ball, and then the Ana just has to die. Like that's it. And then you just play for flip point. Then your support's going to come back and then they're going to have the flank effectively because the enemy team will have to turn around and deal with you guys. I think that makes the most sense. So we all just needed to commit to the hit here, but no one is there for the ball engage. And then it's just kind of lost. Like if Clover's plan here was to poke or do anything here, like if his plan was to stand here and mark the Orisa or whatever, he should have been doing that from the beginning. Like this doesn't make any sense. And you guys can clearly see why I don't coach this stuff. Once you start playing flex DPS, it gets a lot more, the theory of the game gets a lot more complicated. Because it's like, because these heroes have so many options, there's a lot they can do that is, they have a lot more flexibility in their playmaking. What's the job of the Genji generally in a comp like this? It's just, you just take angles. Like that's all it is. It's just, you just take angles and then win. Like for example, let me pull up. We're going to pull up the team that played this comp at the beginning of the season, which is my favorite team, which is Crazy Raccoon. Okay, so we are going to look up Crazy Raccoon. Crazy Raccoon. And we're going to look up Spint, who was the flex DPS player that stood in for Lip. And we're going to briefly look at how they play the comp. Do they actually play on Nepal? That would be pretty cool. So this is Busan. This is Lijiang. This is Suravasa. This is, I don't think he played at EWC. No, he didn't. Lip played at EWC. Okay, so we don't really have a lot to work with here. And then that's Antarctic. Okay, so we don't actually have a Lijiang or a Nepal. Let's just look at Lijiang. Okay, so what we're looking at is they don't play ball, I don't think. Jundun's on ball here. Oh, he is on ball. Okay, it's almost exactly the same comp minus the Lucio. Actually, let's not look at night market because this is a little bit of a different situation. So night market is very map specific, where Ana is unusually good on the map. So let's not do night market. Wow, okay, they just play Ana in general. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna look at it normally. Okay, so let's watch how Spint and Heesing play double flex DPS. So Spint is positioned top, and he goes to main to assist ball with marking the enemy ball. And where is Heesing? If I had to bet, Heesing is just somewhere in main, probably opening up an angle. And then bam, as you can see, Heesing is marking the left side, right? So we're literally angle maxing. That is it. We are on two different angles. Cool. Mark the ball. Leave, because he's getting poked out. Doesn't make it over the wall. Mark the ball again. Hits every shuriken because he's just him on Genji. Okay, he split from the Tracer again, right? Him and Lijiang are just not really on the same angle. Same thing. Lijiang is on a different angle. Okay, now we're getting ready for the hit. Lijiang is there for the jump and follow-up. So as you can see... Bam. Jump in, I think, just got out, actually. But jump in goes back in. Fights aggressively. I think we just saw him dash through. And Lijiang he's trying to follow up on that. And Spin's just looking for things, right? Like this double flex DPS comps are really hard to in my opinion, because I just don't have a lot of experience to like coach and look at, because it's honestly like a lot of slop and angle maxing and just spreading out and stuff like that, because your heroes are going to be so mobile that you can just spread out across the map, right? Okay, so Spin comes up top. Now it's Spin playing with the jump in dive, right? Like you can clearly see that jump in wants to go for a hit here. So he communicates with Spin, who's the only person who can actually follow up in this engagement. You know, Genji can climb over the wall. Tracer can't really do that. It's a lot more expensive as Tracer because you have to blink through the choke. So Spin is able to follow up on this, and then they almost kill the Lijiang. They force both of his cooldowns, right? It's good. And then meanwhile, Lijiang, I can't see Lijiang, but I'm pretty sure Lijiang is just in main shooting people in main. Like that's all it is. Right. But notice how someone is like pretty much always trying to follow up with the jump in engage here. Okay, jump in's back in. Tracer and Lijiang and Spin just stand in main because they can't do anything. Then we nano. Notice we're not nano blading, we're just nano Genji, because a big point of this as well is that he can nano to build blade and then get blade in the mid fight. So that's another thing as well. He gets kited, but he just shoots ball here. Doesn't actually build blade fast enough. Now we have it, but it looks kind of winning. They're high on resources compared to the enemy team, and then kind of go from there. It's a lot of honestly slop. It's a lot of coordination with your tank, right? It's really hard for me to explain here. Also, I think did Lucio get banned? No, Kiri got banned. Okay, that's why they're playing Ana as well. Kiri is banned. Okay, but yes. So like, let's look at first fight here, for example, and we'll go back to the gameplay in just a second here. Okay, first fight. Just look at staging. Is this really applicable in comp though, as they would have greater comps with tank? This is more of a coordinated. So the reason I'm going like deeper into this is what I'm coaching right now is coordinated play. This is coordinated play. This isn't comp. Like the VOD itself is coordinated. Here, look, the Tracer's not doubled up with the Genji. The Tracer is main. I mean, you don't see it, but yeah, you can see the Tracer across the map. The bitrate might not let you see it, but she's across the map right now. Right, so there's one guy with the tank, and then there's one guy on an angle. And this is like pretty much just how you play the comp. Like you just angle max to oblivion, someone's with the tank for the follow-up, and then that's it. And then you'll alternate based on who's with the tank based on the situation, really. But like, anyway, it's a really complicated comp to play, really. But either way, we're kind of fundamentally missing. We're getting this wrong because no one is following up with our ball. Plays exactly like me on Genji. What in what you are Spin or you are Clover in this situation? Oh yes, no one followed up with ball there, so we lost. Okay, Spin. Oh yeah. Yeah, I look like Spin on Genji too, don't worry. Ball slam, where's my follow-up? Oh, we go Reaper. Okay, I honestly don't think Reaper is better here. I mean, it's okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so now we reset. Our ball is honestly a little bit too early. Where even is our DPS? Yeah, our Genji is dead, so our ball is way too early. I guess they're down as well. So we're actually up. Red team is actually up one. Never mind. Red team is actually up one. Slam. My Reaper's not there for the hit. The slam is actually too early because our Reaper's not able to stage. So this isn't really a DPS issue. Could we have actually got there earlier? No, we could not have. I mean, you would have had to use Wraith. So no, I don't think you really could have. Okay, so we're not there for the hit. This ball engage is too early. I mean, you're able to follow up with it, so it's not awful, but whatever. Follow up with the hit, whatever. Just shoot these guys. Let me look at this. We show off the map. Looks like you try to switch for target prio there, so that's fine. Shoot the Orisa that's low. Shoot the Mei that's in front of you. Perfect. Yeah, just Wraith. I mean, it's easier said than done. Honestly, here I would have Wraith, to be honest. It just, I mean, maybe here. I don't even know when you would have Wraith. But like, I mean, I think it's either you play safer or you Wraith. Either one. So it's like, here, the problem is you're just walking forward. Don't really need to. Here, I mean, you can kind of clearly see it. Let me go into bird eye view in this fight. Okay. So if we watch this in slow-mo, you see the Reaper walk forward. Then we walk backwards into cover. Get marked by Orisa. Now we're in cover. We shoot the Orisa from cover. Walk back out to get jabbed. And then we walk back. Like, why are we walking toward this Mei right now? It doesn't really make any sense. We don't need to. Reaper's effective range is like 6 or 7 meters. This is definitely fine. You can just stand here and shoot here. Yeah, I don't know about going in room, but definitely just stand at the 6, 7. God, my fault. But anyway, I would just stand in the door and shoot everybody. There's no reason to come out wide. It doesn't really make any sense. I didn't make that joke intentionally. Okay, it wasn't me. It was Kwame did. I mean, I always walk into the 6, 7. I don't know how it happens. It's like once per stream, I just walk into it. Okay, but Genji's back. Genji is so back and ready for action. Bang! I mean, I don't know how to play Genji, so that dash, in my opinion, is probably fine. And then right click. Sick. Bang! Nice. I have no idea. I don't even know how to play Genji, bro. Anyway, that looked fine. Okay. So now we should be communicating with our tank. Where do we want to hit? Do we want to hit in the mega room? Do we want to hit here? Or like, what's the idea? Okay, where are we setting up for? You need to communicate this with your tank because you need, as a DPS player, you need to know where to set up. Okay, do you want to set up here because you know the hit's going to be here? Do you want to be prepped for here because you know the hit's going to be in the mega room? Do you actually want to go for a flank because they're going to try to hit spawn? I don't care. You pick one. It's subjective, which is better, or I don't know. I'm not like a T1 coach. I don't know what's actually better, but pick one and you need to stage for it. Because right now, if we look at this, my Reaper, I mean, just came back from spawn, but this guy's not ready for a hit. Okay. Like, we're just now staging for a hit, and then we take too long, and then Moira dies. Why does Moira die? Get a little bit aggro there, and then just explode. Whatever. But red team is consistently taking space too early. Like, our DPS are not back yet. Okay, but this is a good setup from Genji here. I dashed through. I mean, I don't know. Where's our ball? Like, this guy's nowhere to be seen. I don't know what you're supposed to do here. I think, honestly, I would just be poking. I would not be engaging here, though. Because you should be really engaging off the ball engage itself. Like, I would not be forcing the engage without our ball here. This doesn't really make any sense. So I would just be poking and then giving space early, waiting for the ball engage, and then just hopefully be in distance. Like, this ball is just too late, in my opinion. Yeah, like, do you guys think Spint would be doing this right now? I don't think Spint would do this. I think Spint would poke. I think he dashes too early, especially on a full health Reaper. Yeah, like I agree. I don't think it makes any sense. Like, there's just a lack of tank, and then I think Spint just farms Blade here and pokes. Like, there's a lot of poking. If we can't stage for a dive, then we just poke and live. That's exactly what Spint did. He just poked and lived. And then Reaper comes back from spawn, TPs, and like a fight is already happening. Like, why is this fight happening right now? This doesn't make any sense. Now Reaper doesn't have TP here. It's just like sloppy, I'm gonna be honest. Like, all of this is just sloppy. So Golden didn't really do anything wrong. Clover probably should just be poking and waiting for them to engage. Enemy Reaper kind of throws. Yeah, I agree. This is like plat, I think. Plat either. Killing Reaper, sure. Good follow up on the honest. This is what I was talking about, by the way. So Hammond goes for the slam, which is sick. We love this. bam, big slam, and then Golden is here for the follow-up. I mean, almost coincidentally, but the fact that we're following up is good enough, to be honest. Like, the ball just needs follow-up to get kills. To get, like, most value. I mean, ball also just, like, lives infinitely, which is nice, but okay. And then look at this. Yeah, like, why are we doing this? This makes no sense. Like, don't walk forward here. Kill the Reaper. Sick. Why are we walking into the enemy team here? It just seems like we're lost. What needed to happen here is either poke these guys on their walk up, aka you'll just stand here and shoot them as they walk up and then like come mega room, or you're helping with the ball slam here. Either one. We need to be looking for either one. But walking forward into the enemy team just doesn't really make any sense. Like, you're on an extremity of the map, just look through the wall, see where your team is, and go from there. Is what I'd recommend. But yeah, well, like, this doesn't make any sense. Now we get May blasted and we force our deflect. And do we die? We don't die. We do die. This dash also makes no sense when we're 1 HP. You're 1 HP? What would Spint do? Spint would just throw shurikens. For sure. Spint is not dashing a full HP Orisa, that's for sure. And then we get ulted and die. That should never happen. Oh, show. And then we shoot the Orisa because she's super mad overextended. They use beat. And then do they actually win this? No gold. I actually love that TP, by the way. Sick TP. Kill the guy on point. Bang. Nice. And then, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this, by the way. So here, kill that guy. Don't really like the Wraith, but whatever. Honestly, TP here and start taking space. Okay, especially when your supports are here. You'll be fine. You're not gonna die in this situation. They're down a bunch. They might try to fight you, but you're Reaper, bro. Who wins here? May or Reaper? Okay, I'm putting my money on Reaper pretty much every single time. So just TP and then start walking is what I would look to do. I wouldn't go crazy and like, go straight to the back line, but I would just take space aggressively here for sure. Because this coincidentally would set you up for a follow-up when the next engage happens, probably in the mega room. So yeah, I would do that. Like, the problem with staging here is that if our ball slams here or here, like, or something like that, there's pretty much no way you're gonna follow up with that. So, because look at how would you have to do that? You would have to like walk out, then TP, or wraith out, or like, it's just awful. It's just expensive. You want to be able to follow up on a dive with the minimal amount of cooldowns. So, just being somewhere already. Okay, I don't really like us being this far back. It might be that we're this far back because our team is coming back from spawn. Maybe I don't actually know. That's my hypothesis though. But even if that is the case, I would rather you be up here because at least you're denying space from the enemy team. So I would prefer that. Okay. So where is our Genji? Okay, we're just like really hidden. Okay. So we're really hidden. We let them rotate, which I guess can be fine. That's okay. And then now they force point and it clears our Reaper. Yeah, like this is the mistake I'm talking about. This doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, I guess you don't get cleared by their rotation. I mean, I don't know. I feel like a beating cage. Like, is this better? Least obvious report. Yeah. The thing that's awkward about this is like, so we win the point and then like, I don't really understand why we give so much space. Like we basically give them the entire map. Like we're all alive. Everyone is alive and we have 4 ultimates. Why not just beat engage like here? Like why not go for something? Because the problem is, because you guys let them make this rotation, they have all the space in the world. They take all this space with like 0 cooldowns and it's on their terms. Everything that happens is on their terms. Sneak attack, but it's like not even a coordinated sneak attack. This is just a Reaper Blossom when they all go point lol type of situation. This is not a sneak attack situation. Like what we should be doing is like, we have ultimates, go first. Why not just go first here? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this is a team macro issue. Like, I would just, like... Yeah, I also wouldn't Deadeye this. Or, sorry, I wouldn't... The reason I wouldn't Blossom this is they have all of their cooldowns. They're all full HP, full cooldowns, because no one poked them or you didn't engage them before anything happened. So they have everything to deal with you here. They have Wall. They used Amp a second ago, so they don't have Amp. They have Jav Spin. This guy has Wraith, and then they could sleep you as well. Like, they have... And Nate. They had everything. So this just doesn't make any sense to me. Don't like the Blossom. Don't like the staging from the team. I think we should have went first on a fight and choke. Our ball slams off the map. That's tragic. Whatever. Okay, so but we kill one on Genji. How, by the way? Bang. This is sick. I don't mind this at all. I would have poked for sure. Like here, just poke. Just poke. Just poke. And then look for the guy that's 1 HP and then go from there. Like, I don't know why we're playing so hidden, to be honest. I don't really see the advantage. Like, Crazy Raccoons never played like this. They never played like that at all. It's always like poke before the fight, take space, whatever, get people out. It's never like hide. Hiding is not really... Like, one person might hide, but not the entire team. Doesn't really make any sense. And then we really lose... Like, Golden really loses this because... The Blossom is bad. Forces are... Oh, we don't actually force Wraith because we have beat here. I mean, that's fine. TP back. Whatever. And then, what is this? Oh, man. How do we kill this guy? Man, I think going for the honor there is fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's more of like a staging issue, right? Like, why are we using Blossom so early when they have all their cooldowns? Why are we not engaging in a rotation? We have ultimates. Why are we not going first? It's stuff like that. Could I coach micro? Like, you need to have better crosshair placement whenever you swing the Ana? Yeah, but it doesn't really matter that much. Mainly it's like, why are we not poking these guys as they're... The reason you want to poke people, for example, is because you force cooldowns early, right? You might force an Ana nade early because she has to heal someone. You might force them to use a amp heal early. You might force a deflect. You might force an ice block, a wall, right? Stuff like that. But because you're not contesting them, they just get in for free. So it doesn't really make any sense to me. Mark these guys. This is fine. I mean, you can't really do anything else, so whatever. Like, we can't engage on this ball. Like, how... This is kind of a ball solo operation here. No one can possibly engage on this, so this is fine in my opinion. Yeah, that's fine. We get zoned out by Reaper. Now we take space. Sorry, hold on. I'm like jumping between POVs. Okay, so Mark the main the Orisa. Force our rate here. Dude. Yeah, it's just kind of awkward, to be honest. Walk on the May, perfect. You know she doesn't have ice blocks. That's actually amazing. Good TP. And then that's just Reaper slap, so that's fine. That's fine to me. And then here on the Genji. Oh, you just kind of respect the Reaper too much here. How is he going to kill you? Aren't the mines bad? Yeah, I mean, the mines are bad in my opinion. But I'm not coaching the tank. I'm specifically focusing on the DPS here. Here, yeah, what is the Reaper going to do to you? Why are you giving up so much space? He just used Wraith, and he's a gajillion miles away. And you know he's half HP, so there's no reason to give this much space. And because you give so much space, you're just later on your rotation back to point. So there's more downtime. So that's the only thing here. Like, you could have been here now. And why are we not shooting the Orisa? Just shoot somebody. I like the dash, whatever. That's fine. But nice. Okay, cool. I mean, the Ana's out of range, so you can't go for that. That's fine. Is this this does go to... Wow, this is a long control game. 19-minute control game is actually insane. What? Okay, the blade's too early, for sure. And you're also so far away from everybody after you blade. Like, what you should be doing here in terms of micro, I mean, I don't play Genji, but I can infer that your best decision is bam, whatever. You don't have blade, or so you don't have dash. We get the flip. Don't catch the Lu. Find the Mei. Dash. Don't dash through her. Dash into her feet. Bam, like this. So then you can just turn around and right click her, because you know she's going to point, right? And you know she's gonna ice. Yeah, like this is just Mei gameplay. I don't like the blade at all. You needed to just wait. Just be a little bit more disciplined with that and you would have been fine. Or you needed to blade earlier, right? Because if you bladed now, she would have to either eat your dragon blade and just hopefully try to live to get to point and then ice block, or ice block early, right? So you either needed to be an earlier blade or a later blade. Like this is just kind of some of your like worst timing you could have, because she gets the point, she ice blocks, and then you're just not able to swing on anything. So that's that. And then here in the middle of this fight, we TP to punish the Lucio, and then we just get frozen. Okay, and then it's just point slop. No way. There's actually no way. Oh no. Just don't. I mean, just Blossom sucks, dude. Just don't use Blossom. Like in situations like this, just shoot them. It's like Deadeye. I don't know if you play Cass. Oh no. We just can't do this. It's a full HP tank. It's just not gonna do any damage, right? Death Blossom is like an end of fight ultimate. It's like when everyone has no cooldowns and they're half HP and you get a mid fight flank, that's when you use Blossom. Not when the tank is full HP. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, that is actually brutal. That is actually so brutal. Okay, here once again, I would love for you guys to TP out of the thing, but whatever. Holy cow, this VOD review is gonna be so long. Okay, so whatever, we'll just keep chugging. Time is it? It is 6:50. We've been going for 2.5 hours. Okay, it's not that bad. I mean, it's a little bit fortunate that the Juno gets stuck here, but I love the poke. Don't like this dash. I think she's just like barely out of range. The only reason you kill her is because she's kind of bad, I'm gonna be honest. Like, why is the Juno even there? What is going on? Just poke, bro. Like, I love this setup from you and you and Golden, by the way, right? One guy's main, one guy's on the off angle. That's sick. And then just spam them out as they walk out. This is just too far out of range, but whatever, it kind of works out. Then you see the maze overextended dash through. It's also good because it puts you back on the other side of the map, so you're no longer in, you know, quote unquote enemy territory. That's fine. Like, I actually love this. Maze out of ice block. Actually, where did she even go? Oh, she used the jump perk. Wow, that's actually crazy. Wow, losing this sucks, but whatever. Okay, what is going on in Golden POV? Bang, get marked by Orisa, do a gajillion damage. Wraith, grab the Mega. TP back to the angle. Mei dies. Nice. Here it's kind of the same problem. Like, why are we walking forward when we don't need to? You have Wraith. Why are you unwraithing here? Once that TP, it's fine. I want to. The reason the TP is fine is like here. Orisa's one. Okay, he grabs Mega. I mean, he could stay here, but he has the TP perk, and it puts him on a good, like, in a good position to. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I don't think the TP matters that much. He's not getting. Yeah, he could stay on the angle. I really don't think it's that important, because he might be. We don't actually know the comms. He might be following up on a call. I don't know. I mean, this is a good thing to mention because the TP puts him in front of the enemy team, so they actually see him when he was otherwise just on an off angle. So I mean, he could stay on the off angle and just shoot them. I think that makes sense. But in this situation, I think Yeah, I think it's likely. I think this is the bigger issue, right? So shoot the Orisa. Keep in mind, you're walking closer to the Orisa, so it makes her shots easier to hit. Okay. Look, we walk closer. I hear you're walking to the corner, but now you're walking closer to the Orisa. Doesn't make any sense. Now you unwraith too early and just die. Yeah, you needed to wait. You for sure needed to wait till the ball slam went through and then unwraith. Too early. Way too early. And then Clover. Okay, you're consistently dashing after you kill someone, by the way. Just an FYI. This is like the third time I've seen this. You like land a shuriken and then dash, and then now you won't have it again. So I don't know really what the remedy of that is, but I am noticing that as a consistent mistake. Yeah, I mean, is Orisa not getting called here? Like, what is going on? So here we kill the Lucio, which is fine, and then you go top. I mean, we're 50 HP. I would still be looking to poke. Like, I think Spint still pokes here with 50 HP. Like, go shoot the Orisa, go shoot something. Like, I would not be hard engaging, especially when your team is dead. That doesn't make any sense. Just poke. Like, Clover is not poking enough. Like, why are we not poking more? It's like he just sees someone and then he just dashes in. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you need to poke more, get them low, and then shoot them. Right? When we were watching Spint, what does Spint do? What does Spint do? Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Bam. We're watching Spint. Keep in mind, Crazy Raccoon's is the best team in the world. Okay. Spint is not their starting DPS, but he is amazing at the game regardless. Okay. Poking. Poking. Shooting. Shooting. Not dashing. Dashing out. Have we seen our hero dash out once? I don't think we have. I actually don't think we have. Anyway. Shoot. Shoot. Okay, okay, okay. That guy wasn't low, so we didn't dash. Poking, poking, poking. Mark the tracer. Mark the tracer, mark the tracer. All right, give up because the ball is looking to follow up, okay? Then we leave. Actually, we continue marking the tracer on the angle. Now we're rotating. Looking to hit back on. Get booped, whatever. Dash through back into ally space. Sick. He's like walking to them and then dashing. Like dashing back out. Oh my, he almost gets that one shot. That's actually crazy. Okay. Poking. Poking. Like, look at this. Do you guys see how much poking is happening? Spint is playing boring Genji right now. This is so boring. I'm actually falling asleep. We did not do this. This is not what our Genji looked like. Like, what was his dash? He dashed to get back here. He doesn't even dash. Does he even dash through this guy? He does. He does. Oh my gosh. I wish my Genji looked like this, bro. Bang. Poking, poking, poking. Dash on the ball engage, by the way. On the ball engage. Dash. Sick. Bang, bang. Spint might be him. Poking. Look at this. It's just poke for eternity. That's all. That's like all it is. I mean, this is also push, but it's like similar idea, right? Like we should be poking way more. We just don't poke enough. Okay. Shoot the Reaper. Why are we here? How do we even get here? Okay, you need to wait for your team. Where is your team at right now? As you're making a rotation, okay, here's what you should be thinking as you come back from spawn. Look through the wall to see where your team is. You should be looking through the wall actively every single time. Where is my team? Okay, my team is right side point. Their right side point. Clover just died. Okay, we're down one and we're gonna lose point here. Let's give. Okay, is what you should be thinking. So you should be giving. I don't know why you guys try to fight here. This makes zero sense. Okay, if your team is coming to fight, sure, but we shouldn't be fighting here. You're down one. They already have 80% point. We have no ultimates. This makes no sense. Everyone just live. Okay. Yeah, and we're still down one. Why are we taking space aggressively here? This doesn't make any sense. Like, Red team consistently is taking space when they don't have a person, and when they're 5 people, they just let the enemy team walk in. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, our macro is backwards. You guys need to be 5 people. And now we're up top, and you demand a gajillion resources. Well, if this was comp, you would demand a gajillion resources because we're just in way too early, and now you can't do anything because you're half HP and you're up top. Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? Because why are we low? Because we went in too early. And probably same thing with Genji here. What would Spint be doing right now, guys? What would Spint be doing? Spint is poking. Just poke them. Poke them. Just shoot your shurikens. Just shoot them. Just throw them across the map. Poking, exactly. That is exactly what would be happening right now. Spint would not be here. Spint would not be here. Spint would be... If Spint was doing anything, he would be here shooting his shurikens, or he would be here shooting his shurikens. Pick one. I don't care. Just pick one. But like these rat plays that you guys keep doing, these like weird live in the backline rat plays, stop doing that. Okay, just run it down on point, reset B5, then go in. Okay, and take your angles or whatever. These like random rat plays are so weird. They're so strange. Sometimes they happen in pro play, but most of the time it doesn't. Like it's most of the time just reset, die on point, reset type of situation. Nice. This is Spint approved poke. This is actually huge. Okay, what is going on? Okay. Spin approved poke here. Love it. Big fan. Bang. TP. Huge. I actually wouldn't have minded the dash right there to force the raid, but that's fine. Because that angle is still good for you anyway, and it's safe. Like, why are we doing this? Bro, here's what Spin would have done, bro. Spin would have done this. That guy's gone. Sick. All right, dropping. Bang. Shoot these guys from here. Spam the Rissa. Spam the Rissa. Rissa's one. Maybe dash after that and get the kill. I don't know. But we're just like rotating high ground. Doesn't really make any sense. Like, they're not... The enemy team is not playing... What are they not playing, guys? They're not playing an Ana. They're not playing a BAP. They're not playing a Cass. They're not playing someone you can just drop down and assassinate. Okay. They're playing mobile heroes and... Reaper May, which are high survivability DPS. Okay, so these like super flanky angles don't really make any sense. How do you beat these guys? You poke out May and force Ice Block. You poke out Reaper and force Wraith. It's things like that, right? That's how you beat these comps. You poke out Rissa and force Gold. That's how you beat comps like this. It's just forcing, it's just like poking them and making them use their cooldowns early, and then you go in there like Ezio and you know, end their whole career. Okay, not like, this is not what we should be doing. Like, why are we just above them? And like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, we didn't do anything this fight. Clover did nothing this fight. I hate to say it, but it's true, right? Like, we should have been just on the floor in that situation poking them. But Clover just has baked in his mind that he needs to be an assassin on this Genji hero, which that's just not how you play Genji. Genji is like all poke, farm blade, get blade, and then kill 5 because you're the GOAT, okay? Like, Clover's GOAT era is not here because we're just not doing any of that. We are not Spent. Here, why are we not going first? Let me pop a beat engage. Let me get a blade engage. Let me get literally anything, but we don't go first. So now we engage on the enemy's terms, and the beat is too late. The beat is too late here, and the beat has to be used because, like, what is this? Bam. You don't think she has the perk? Never mind. I think you forgot about the perk. Honestly, whatever. I'll let you live. I'll let you out on that one. But it's like, our team, red team, is consistently going second, and people just die randomly, right? Like, Golden dies here. There was a time our Moira died earlier for just no reason at all. Like, this just can't happen. We need to go first. Okay, like, and now we use beat for nothing, and now we have 2 DPS ults. So hopefully we use a DPS ult first. Okay, I mean, Reaper ult is kind of, doesn't really work that way, so probably not, but at least Blade, we should be going first with Blade. Or we should be coordinating with our team to force out beat somehow, like hard engage on the Lucio, and then Blade or something like that. Like, we need some kind of plan. Like, I don't really care what it is, but we can't, like, are we waiting for the stars to align. Like, I don't really... Okay, Lucio died. I think he actually Ajaxed. He did Ajax. That is insane. That is very lucky for us. But I don't like us popping both our ults at the same time here, by the way. I'm not a fan of this. Okay, well, we need to find someone and shoot them. Like, a big problem, Clover, why this blade sucks, is because you're hiding and you don't know where anyone is. Like, I don't care about this. You need to poke them. Poke them so you know where they are. Okay, and then you can react accordingly, right? But because you had no information where anyone was during the entire fight, because you stood in a corner, you can't kill anybody with the blade. Okay, I mean, do they also have cooldowns that let them live? Yes. Okay, I will admit that. Like, they have rate and whatever. But also part of that problem is because you don't know where they are. You have to see it in blade and then react. The classic enemy team evaporates as soon as blade is popped. Yeah, the blade's also too late. Like, we need a blade first. Or like we should have bladed a fight ago. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Anyway. Whoops, wrong guy. Okay. So now we have no ultimates. So we gotta get creative. I thought they say Blade's a mid-fight ultimate. Dude, I don't play Genji. Okay. Maybe it's a mid-fight ultimate. I mean, I feel like it makes sense because it's like when they're low on cooldowns, you would use Blade. But the problem is less that we're not using. The problem is we're just like, we're never going first. It's always blue team goes first. They take all the space they want. And then we just like, I don't know, fight them on point after they flip. And that's how they get 99 every time. Like, it doesn't make any, like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't really understand this playbook. Like this, you see this ball engage? Why is no one here with this slam? I love this slam from our Hammond. Bam. It's just kind of the whole enemy team, so we can't even engage on this. Does spin dash here? I don't think spin dash is here. I definitely think spin leaves, but I don't know if you... Yeah, I don't know about that dash. Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, because we don't do anything first, these guys literally just walk in. They just walk in every time. They just walk in. Bam. And then now they're on point, and now it's super awkward for us. Like, I don't get it. Like, that's the thing. Like, honestly, we should be, like, in this situation, Golden should be in main. Honestly, everybody should be in main because you scout that they're all coming main. You can scout that blue team's coming main. Everyone gets ready for the hit, and we hard engage on choke as they rotate. Like, that would be the play. Like, this flank is not it, I don't think. I think, like, also against, like, a comp like this, flanking just doesn't do anything. Like, flanking is good against Ana comps, BAP comps, people, like, immobile backlines, but that's not the case for the enemy team, right? So just, honestly, stand in main, stuff them, and then you just win. Like, here is when we should be engaging right now, but we're too late, and then it's just kind of over. Yeah, like, I don't even need to see this fight. I know we lose. Wow, we actually win this. That's actually insane. Okay, it looks like I do need to see this fight. How do we win this? So... Okay, Golden actually just explodes. I think, like, what are you supposed to do here? So, okay, so Golden's on the flank, which I think is wrong. I think he should have just been in main in this situation. TP top. Honestly, don't TP top here. Just TP on the backline. Like, here, I wouldn't even be TPing top. I would be TPing, like... Oh, dude, you kind of have to TP top here. This sucks. This actually sucks. TP top is, like, the only thing you can do. Like... I guess you could TP here and then go on the Lucio. I mean, that's probably actually better. Just have uptime. Wraith out, not into corner. Hold on, we'll look at it in a second. Yeah, I definitely would not be wraithing here. Like, he should have just commit to his idea of going here and then just playing the corner like this. For sure. Because now he's just stuck on card and he's on point. He's like for sure dead. But I don't know. Like, I really don't know Like, we're just kind of in the wrong place to begin with. We shouldn't be flanking in this situation. This is a stand in main type of moment. Because we want to catch them as they walk in, and flanking just isn't going to work there. Especially when they're so mobile, right? The backline. And Clover, this fight gets forced out by the Reaper, whatever. Now we don't have dash here. Like, it's just, this is really macro. Like, it's really just bad macro. Like, we need to stuff choke. Like, these fights on point, like, I just don't think it's a... I'll be honest, blue team lose that just because they suck. Just because they suck. Like, I really think blue team should come out on top there. Spin would be poking again. Like, Clover just doesn't poke. I mean, like, that's it. This guy needs to poke on Genji. Where's our ball at? Once again, try to think about where your ball is. Also, don't flank. Don't flank. Just stay in. You can be here to start to stop the enemy DPS from flanking. But don't, like, once you realize they're not coming here, just come main and just poke out main. For sure. Don't flank. Because once again, it's the same problem, right? The backline is super mobile. So you just don't, you're not able to get anything on the flank. It doesn't, you can't do anything. Right? If they were playing an Ana or something like that, or a BAP or something, then sure. But right, they're not playing that, so it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so I mean, we just don't really, like, our DPS just don't have a lot of damage because Golden's out of the fight for half the time and Clover's not poking. So this is our big like a part of our problem. Really good target prio and tracking there, by the way. Great job. The only problem is you're in the middle of the enemy team. So here, what I would have done is, first of all, I wouldn't have flanked, but whatever. We're already on the flank. Blink here to catch some Moira. We lost some Moira, so whatever. Shoot the Lucio he knows half. I would have blink punched him and then recalled and then just played the back angle. But you die with recall and two blinks. So just literally anything there would have been good. Blink through the enemy team to the other side, blink back out, like, honestly, do anything. Like, but a big part of fights like this is, like, you don't want to be inside the enemy team. You want to be, like, around the point like this. Around the point, playing the corners, around the point, you know, whatever, poking them from every angle and go from there. Like, you guys are consistently losing. Like, I mean, I've been said it. Like, we're not going first ever. We're never catching them in choke or anything like that. They have every single cooldown what they get to point. They're full HP. Clover can't get anything as a result. Like, Spin wouldn't dash here. Just shoot him. Yeah, just shoot him. I'm gonna be honest, I think the rest of this is just all the same stuff. I don't know how long we've been doing this VOD review for, but it's gonna be the same things. Like, we're never going first. No poking is happening. Like, what is this? Here, I just want to go top as Tracer. Definitely go bottom, right? The problem right now is you all are on the same angle and you have no space control, right? Like, we needed Genji here, Tracer here. I don't care who goes where, but it's like, we should be taking more space than everybody top. Like, why is everybody top right now? This doesn't really mean anything. Like, at least take space control, because the problem is if the enemy team didn't all come top left, now they have all of this space like this for free and your team can't do anything about it. So it doesn't really make any sense. And no one even felt like, I don't even know what the idea was. Like, was it like come top and follow up on the ball engage? Then why weren't we looking for that? Like, I just don't think coming all top makes any sense. Can we do mine next? I don't know if I'll be able to do another one today. I have one more I have to do right after this, and then I might wrap it up. Getting late in my time zone. I can maybe do it. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I honestly might call it on this one because it's like, it's a lot of the same issues, right? If we're taking angles, we're like hiding on the angle. We're not poking, and then we're also not We're flanking too much sometimes against a very mobile backline when we should just be frontlining. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Me waiting to play Terraria. Sorry, I'm like... And also, why is it taking so long as I'm like VOD reviewing 2 players at the same time, basically. Yeah, it's just gonna be the same thing over and over again. Like, we never go first. And then it's just like a lot of poking and setup issues. I'm gonna call it here. Like, I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse. So that's the advice I have for both Clover and Golden. I mean, I would just keep in mind, I'm not really a flex DPS player. I do play Tracer, but there's just a lot of macro issues and setup issues going on here. It's very strange. It's very strange. So that's my take on that. Okay, Sayms, we'll do yours. We'll fly through yours, and then I have one more I have to do for my friend, and then we're gonna wrap it up for today. What is your? Is it in coaching request? Sam's. Okay, I got you. Clover need to work on mechanics too. Not even a single great blade. I don't think I don't really think he's a. I've done it. Whoops. I've done his VOD reviews before, and I'm pretty sure he's not a Genji player, or at least a Genji main. I'm pretty sure it's like a venture or something. 7-8. Wait, what? Sam's, it says this code doesn't exist. Yo, you're missing a letter on this code. I have 78YAM. It should be one more letter. Or number. I guess I can guess until we get it. Like A, maybe. Nope. B. Nope. C. Nope. Trial and error. I feel like I'm in an escape room right now. AMD. Nope. F. Nope. Why I skipped E? My fault. E. Nope. It's not F. I tried. G. Nope. H. Nope. 6. Damn. That would have been like the very last. Wait, it's not 6. Oh, that was your guess. I thought you were Sam's. My fault. G. H. Nope. I. Nope. J. Nope. K. Nope. L. Nope. M. Damn, what fucking letter is it? N. Nope. O. Oh, we're almost at Y. P. Nope. Q. Nope. R. Nope. S. T. U. V. W. T. V. W. Oh, it's a different code entirely. Motherfucker. The entire code is wrong. No, no. How was I ever supposed to get that? Name a more dedicated streamer. I was so dedicated to find the right code there, and we just didn't get it. SDF2 SJ3. Okay, this is the last community code I'm doing today. I don't have enough time to do more because I have one more I have to do after this. How long is this game? Okay, not very long. Okay, go to Oasis. Okay, Oasis, if you're fast, go right side. Here I definitely like go right. So here, walk out, bang, hear that they're playing Reinhardt, cool. I'm coming this way, I'm shooting Reinhardt, okay? Then I realize he's going top, all right, that sucks. Bam, going back to main, and I'm like going wide like this, or I'm going wide like this, or something. You know you're not gonna get high ground because the Rein's just gonna stand up there, okay? So I would be looking to do literally anything. Yeah, go wide, shoot the Rein, sure, whatever. Shoot the Moira. Shoot Rein. Honestly, okay, so the problem is you just stay here for too long. You need to do like any kind of rotation, honestly. You can here, after I see Ryan here, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go like turbo flank, bam. And then coincidentally, I would have two tap the Ash and carry the game. Okay, so we needed to do that. Okay. The problem with standing here, after you're here for so long and you realize that the enemy team is not taking space aggressively, you just need to go flank. This game was stressful because we already played against the enemy team and got destroyed. Well, I think you probably let the stress get to your head thinking you had to play risk adverse. And the problem is because you didn't take a deep angle here, you're just like jorking it in main. Okay, we just like, nothing happened here. Like the only hero you could have done anything on here was Widowmaker. Like, yeah, we needed to take an angle, like actually any angle. Like you could have honestly flanked like this and played under the soldier and forced him to drop, or you needed to hard flank. Either one, pick one. I don't really care. Good morning, Beast. We branching out to different heroes like Tracer now? No, it's just a unique situation today. I had a friend runs a team and I was just doing some coaching for the DPS. I feel like I wasn't particularly helpful, but whatever. This is diamond. Oh, let me add it on there. Diamante. Bang. Oh, good to see you, tablecloth, by the way. But yeah, Sayms, you just needed to flank. Like I didn't really care what flank you picked, but you just needed to do it, right? Because as you can see there's just no value to get from just standing there. Diamond 1. Wait, he is actually diamond 1. Bang. Okay, that fight was your fault. Unfortunately. Nice headshot. Actually, every time we have a fight that's our fault, I'm going to say it's lucky. Or it's very fortunate. Because if it's your fault, that means you could have done better and you could have carried. I think sometimes even the smallest pieces of advice can make the biggest difference. Sometimes it's just a specific perspective. I'm sure it was great help. Yeah, watching a Genji who just like stands there. I mean, I'm sure he means the best, but and now it's like kind of obvious what his weakness is, but I don't know. I just felt like I was being a dead horse. I also feel like I don't really know what I'm doing when I watch those heroes. You can, okay, also by the way, Sayms, you can instantly feel your increase in value with this flank. Boom, you get a headshot, body shot for Suzu, and then now you're on the infinite value angle and you get the kill and you why didn't you do this the first fight? What are you doing? What are we doing? This guy's actually a demon on the angle. Just do this again. You should have just done this the first fight. What are we doing? Actual demon mode carry the game. Jared, good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Bang. Oh my gosh, you're actually him. You're actually him on the Cassidy. Okay, here I don't actually like playing on this side of the map. You're kind of stuck here, but I generally like staging here because the thing about this is you deny rotations from flankers like tracers and stuff like that, but also this rotation back is generally pretty good for you on Cassidy. From here, you can go back to the high ground, but I don't like being on this side because it's a lot more isolated than this side. I think it's easier to get help, particularly here, but yeah, I would just think that. Yeah, at this point, you kind of can't rotate, so I think it's fine, but just something to keep in mind. I prefer the other side of the map, and I like this from you, and I like that you don't roll to the angle, so that's fine. This is good. Shoot them. We're kind of not doing anything. Once this shatter goes through, okay, once the shatter goes through, I don't want you to think about shooting the Reinhardt. I want you to think about stopping his backline from following up, okay? So you shouldn't be thinking about coming here and shooting Reinhardt. You should be thinking about pushing further and stuffing the backline, okay? That should be your idea. Because this, it's like you actually have bad timing with the enemy Ryan and you just don't do anything, as you can see. But here's what you could have done, right? Shoot Kiri, shoot Kiri, shoot Kiri, shoot Ash, shoot Ash, shoot Ash, shoot Kiri, shoot Kiri, shoot Kiri, shoot... you know, you would have won the game, okay? So I hope it's clear. Shooting the Ryan can be useful sometimes, but in this like situation, there's not really a lot you can do about the Ryan. It would be too expensive for you to rotate for, in my opinion. I would just stuff backline because it's more convenient for you. And you're way more lethal, especially in that range. Unique situation. That's not always the case, but because of the angle you were on, that ended up being the case. Here, I would just go ego someone and probably die. Because if you die here, it's really bad. Wow, this is actually very fortunate. How do we not die? Here, I would have just committed to a rotation. I would have just been like, all right, I'm leaving, and then try to leave. Because the problem is if they swung you here and you died, it's actually game losing. I gotta go sleep. Appreciate the stream. Well, good chatting with you, Kwame. Thank you for tuning in, man. Have a good night's rest. But yeah, I would have tried to rotate here, but honestly, whatever. This is probably fine. There's universes where both work. Come to an angle. I like this. I personally don't like this angle that much on this map, but I think it's fine. You're splitting from your team, opening up a flank. Good. Sick. Shoot the Ryan in the back. Now he has to shield against you. You got Mega. Go high to contest the Ash. You hear the soldier rotate, so you catch him, and then you just lose the duel. Fine. Just win the duel, lol. Anyways. Come back to point. Deadeye? Deadeye, Deadeye, Deadeye! You should have popped it earlier. Just pop it earlier. You saw both of them up there. Just use it, bro. Good idea, though. I actually love this follow-up on the soldier, too. So here, sick. I like that you don't roll and you just walk on him. He's half. Here, I would have rolled for this, but this is fine. In the 1v1, the roll is fine, in my opinion. Nice. Wow, Sayms, it's almost like when you flank it, you win the game. I'm bullying you, but no, you're actually deadlifting when you're flanking like this. Okay. I also think this is fine because your Tracer's playing on the other side of the map. Oh no, wait, is she above you? What is this guy doing? I would prefer you to be on the other side of the map here, to be honest. But this, you're already here, so whatever. Not the end of the world. An angle's an angle, you know. And then just lol win the duel. Wait, do you have what happens here? Don't fan. I would just shoot him. Where are you rating Cass at the moment? I feel like he only feels alright when he's hyper optimal, and even then super team reliant. In GM against Junker Queen, he's like a 3 out of 10. He sucks. In general, like I think until you should be able to climb on Cass until like you should only once you start playing against the good Junker Queen players and good Hazard players, that's when you're gonna lose the game a lot more. I think Cass is fine. Like, I don't think he's like super winning. Like, you can't just turn your brain off and win. Like, you still have to blank and do shit correctly. But I would rate him, like, for everybody, I would rate him a solid 5 out of 10. Like, he's not great, but he's not awful this season. It just depends on the tank matchup. Like, if they're playing Queen or Diva or Hazard, it can be brutal. But if they're playing any ground tanks, then you're winning. But the problem is, like, Orisa sucks right now, and so does Ram. So Cass is just not as good compared to Sojourn Freya. I just think Hitcan sucks. Hitcan kind of sucks this meta. Reaper is good. Zarya is good. Queen is good. Like, Sojourn is just probably the best because she just has the most mobility. Freya is better than Sojourn on certain maps where you just need more verticality, like Gibraltar, and then that's it. I think Cass is very mid this season just because Tracer and Genji and Reaper are just a lot stronger. How did they get there in the first place? So on the so here I would not go left, and I would not go out the left alley unless you intend to go to stairs, because this like half a second where you make this rotation would mean that you're actually late to this angle. So I don't like that from you. So I would just make up your mind earlier, unless you're just like trying to play with the Ryan and the Ryan doesn't know what he's doing, then whatever. But I would prefer you just like, I think Cash is better on this mini side of the map because he's just really good in this duel. But so I would just come to the side of the map, but whatever. Just pick, like, you need to commit to an idea. That way you're not late to the angle. Here, yeah, we kind of, I don't know why you play so passive. Here, you re-swing back main. Here, I would just stack on my Ryan. Just stack on your Ryan, go wide like this with him, and just shoot these guys like this. And then if your Ryan unswings, just roll back and walk backwards is what I would do. I think is better. I think opening up the angle here doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it's not terrible. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna overthink this. I think it's fine. Shoot Ryan. Shoot Ryan. I don't know. This fight, I don't know, to be honest. I don't really know how you're supposed to win that. I don't think like super far wrap makes any sense. Like into their spawn. Here, why are we taking this much damage? Okay, so people are dead. You're waiting for your team to come back. Bam. Here, roll instantly. Roll is late. And then we just eat a gajillion damage. Like, honestly, I wouldn't even be poking here. I would just be, like, emoting in spawn, okay? Like, honest. I mean, not probably literally that, but some equivalent. No reason to poke. Just wait for your team. The big reason why is because they're playing things that just outpoke you, right? Fire Strikes, Helix Rocket, Cassidy himself, and then Kunai. Like, you're just gonna get poked out by the enemy team. You're not. This is not a comp where you outrange the enemy. Here we're on the angle. Okay, you just get gapped. That's unfortunate. Should we even rotate here? Let's see. Here, yeah, you see your Tristan go right? That's fine. Yeah, you just get gapped, whatever. That happens. Okay. Yeah, I would have done this the one fight ago. Yep. Poke out the Moira. We're about to have our ultimate. We are on the flank. This is lovely. Contest the Moira. Flash. Good job. Don't like that. Don't like the fan, by the way. Is she one? She might actually just be one. Okay, whatever. That's fine. You hear him. Okay, this is bad hygiene. You hear him rotating. Bang. Bop, bop, boom. Dead. Sick. You hear him walk toward you. So you just like misread the sound cue. I don't know why you're aiming into the wall still. You are aiming low. Like all of these are body shots as well. We should be aiming for head. Okay, I don't know why you did this rotation. Like here, why did we rotate away from the angle? Like here, shoot these guys. Cool. Shoot. Who cares about the cast? Like if you're gonna roll this way so you can stay on this angle. And then here, just poke out the Ryan and start giving space. Give space, give space, give space, give space, give space. Like this is what I needed from you. If he pins, cool, flash, roll backwards. Like that's what I need from you. Like I want you to contest the space. Like I don't really want, like Ryan is a hero that you can be greedier with on the angle. Like, okay, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna get outranged by everyone in their dog here. Almost kill the soldier. I mean, it's not terrible, but I'd prefer us to fight for the mini room. Like, it's better than standing in main. Because at least we have some angle control. But I just don't like the initial rotation. I want to stay on the right side. But anyway. So no one comes fight you. Very fortunate. Honestly, we should be looking for a Deadeye. Nah. So here, what you should be doing is... Like, here, honestly, just Deadeye. Because the thing is, if you just... Like, honestly, at any point here, just swing wide like this in Deadeye. It's going to force his enemy Ryan to shield up. And your Ryan is very likely going to walk on him and just win the fight. Okay? So I would just do that. I would do something like that. And then if the cast does swing you on some weird angle, then just cancel it. And roll away or something. I would do some kind of Deadeye like that. But here, we're less proactive and more reactive. And our team just does everything. We don't really contribute. Like, we didn't win this. I want to deny the high from them. Yeah, I get it. Like, you're controlling A lane. I just don't really like controlling high ground as Cass. I think the mini room is better. But it's not a big deal. I would just pick one. Just pick one. More, like, I just wish you were more proactive with your Deadeye on that angle, to be honest. Like, be the reason you win. This is really good. You just need uptime and just shoot people. Yeah, this is sick. Nice job. Oh, wait, and you just win. This was fine. What's wrong with this game? Oh yeah, you literally said I think I hard carry this. Your first was a little bit weak on your first fight, and then on this I just didn't like one of the rotations. It's because the soldier was taking so much value there. Soldier was taking value on this map because you're just kind of slow to do something proactive with your ult on the angle. And then like there's just a few points where it's just kind of sloppy. And then you also just got gapped like once or twice. This is like, there's not a lot to learn from this game, to be honest. Other than your first point on the jump pad map was really bad. Your first fight on that was really bad. I don't know why you just like jorked it in main. You needed to look for some kind of rotation. But I mean, you have the general idea of Oasis correct. Like deny a lane, shoot them a gajillion times, flank because it's really good range for Cassidy, so on and so forth. There was just like a few specific interactions you could have played better. Like on the Rhine chatter, you should have stuffed backline instead of shooting Rhine himself, things like that. Very like specific nitpicky things, but I think your macro on Oasis is generally correct and doesn't really need too much change. Like you understand the map. It's not like you're main botting. So yeah, I would like, I don't really have any like super concrete pointers or advice for you other than, I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. Maybe look for proactive dead eyes. Like I didn't really see anything super proactive, I don't think, or I don't at least remember. At least on the second map, there wasn't really anything. Yeah, and thank you for the VOD, man. I really appreciate you, and thank you for being part of the community. Okay, we're gonna do our last VOD for today. I am beat. I am actually so beat. So we're gonna do our last one, and then we are going to wrap it up for today. And this is gonna be another like multi-hero one that's not Cass. And this is going to be code S9 NN3G. And this is Dizzy, almost certainly. Yeah, we're on Freya, okay.
If that's what you need to tell yourself, Commander. Can't change the world by following all the rules. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is this actually the code I need?
Defend objective A.
Let me make sure this is the right one. Oh, here's this. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is the right one. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna rock this because I'm pretty sure this is correct. Okay, so here we're playing Freya. Okay, I mean, I don't really know how to play Freya, to be honest with you. But general idea of Freya is she has a ton of burst damage and neutral pressure. So it's all about just spamming down main. Bolts down main. Spamming down main, so on and so forth. And being very resource light, right? Like, we shouldn't be taking a gajillion damage on Freya. It's a lot of just spamming and hitting shots. I don't really like this play from you, to be honest, because it's just kind of far away. And you don't have a great sightline as they walk up, right? Like, I think a better angle is to play here, shoot them as they walk up, and then you can just kite back to point this way. Are you in a safer high ground here? Yeah, but I just think it's not as great of an angle for Freya specifically, so I'd prefer us play on the floor. I'm actually curious. Let's actually see if we can find a Midtown map from pros. Freya, Overwatch, Midtown. See if we can find something. I don't think Midtown has been in the pro rotation for a while. Maybe a Sojourn Midtown. Let me switch to Firefox so you can see me search. I don't know if I can be able to find any though. That's New York City. Oh, here, perfect. Okay. So Proud is one of the best Freyas in the world, by the way. He is on T1, and T1 is one of the best Korean teams. They're like top 3 in Korea. Okay, let's see where Proud plays. So Proud plays, yeah, as I expected on the floor. I think it's really just because it's a better angle for the walk up, right? And Freya is way better. Like how the advantage of Freya is that you spam them as they walk up and force cooldowns early. She does a bajillion damage, okay? So this is exactly what you should be doing here. And then once the enemy team takes space, he's set up for train and shoots them all in the back. As like the meta game here. So the enemy team is playing Sim TP, so they TP to where our hero Freya was, and he would have gotten instantly nuked. So, oh, it's actually a bait TP. They actually just stay man. But either way, like this just has better rotations, right? He can rotate back into train, or he can rotate back into like where Vigilante is, you know, the Baptiste right now, right? It's kind of what we'd be looking at. And then he just looks to open up the main angle again, and also notice his crosshair placement consistently aiming head level, and then it's just free elo. Okay, so let's see how we play this first fight. So we spam from the window, so instantly incorrect position, and then we get dove on, and then we force Akiri. So Akiri dies because of us, because of our bad position, which you know, we use all our cooldowns, and then we just lose the fight. Okay, so instant loss. And then let's see how. Oh wait, sorry. You guys didn't see that. That's my bad. You didn't really miss much. Basically, what happens is Dizzy's in the window. Gets Diva Dove. Kiri TP's on us. And then uses Suzu and then dies. Okay, so it's nothing crazy. And then we die too. And then we lose the fight. So that was a game-losing positioning error. So, yeah, I think you just stand in main and just spam down choke. I think it's going to be better for you there. And then let's switch back to Proud's gameplay. Let's see how they play second point. So they might full hold here. Let's see. Okay, they actually do. They try to retake and then lose. Okay, so on second point, let's see how he plays this. Okay, so he's standing up top and just spamming the walk up. Break the bubble. Force out jump in with spam here. Notice he's not using his dashes for no reason. He's really just spamming. Okay, and then once he commits to an engage, then he uses his cooldowns for a whole dump there. Once again, just spamming. Once they have an advantage, they push to hold the door. I don't really know what that TP is. And it's a lot of the same thing. Just play a gajillion miles. Oh, he dies here? How's he dying? Okay. Spam once more. Freya's are really boring here. Like, a lot of it is really just this, and then you look for an occasional play like that. He just gets gapped. Okay, so stuff like that. It's really just play at the back of the map, spam people out, and then occasionally look for a triple burst. Yeah, I forgot you were at this, but yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Don't forget to swap screens. Yeah, I got you. You're here on and off. I get you. Like, why are we here right now? Like, Proud would not be here right now. When the enemy team was pushing up, where was Proud? Proud was back here. Okay, so just stand here and just spam them as they take space. Because the problem with this is it's really easy to get punished here, right? The Diva just uses boosters, punches you, he uses micro missiles, and you're instantly dead. This is also contingent on you getting healing, right? If your Kiri or your Wu Ying don't heal you here, you just explode, right? Type of situation. And now we're stuck on the floor. Like, if you were just stood on the top high ground, there's no chance you get stuck on the floor here, right? And then you being on the floor, there's also the same thing. You're really isolated. You're on a low ground. It's just bad for your hero. Also, don't only use your right click, also use your left click spam. Like, it's good. It's really good pressure. It's not only about hitting the high value, like 90 damage bullets. It's also about doing damage so they are forced off the angle, right? It's pressure. So just if you left click spam the Hanzo, it's also just good enough. Yeah, like you need to be using left click more. Like use left click in between your right clicks. Proud, you never saw Proud doing this. Proud literally never did this. Okay, and then you just he popped Deadeye before you used updraft, so just don't updraft there. Also, like, if we look at how like Proud uses updraft, he like updrafts from cover, by the way. Like here, updraft, there's cover right in front of him. Here he does it again and he has cover again, right? Same idea. We can probably find another one. So here, updraft, he has cover again. Here updraft. This is less so, but similar idea, right? He's not in the open using it, right? Like the problem is you're in the open and you're using updraft. Here, he just gets kind of diffed. Oh my god, I forgot to change the thing. Gosh, why do I keep doing it? It's so hard. Being a streamer is so difficult. Oh my gosh. Anyway, long story short. Okay, we missed like 4 clips, but here's what happens. Updraft, he's in cover. Okay, here we do another updraft. Cover, bam, you can see. Like he's not in main. Like he's not in here using updraft, okay? Here, this less so, right? This is the one I was saying. This he doesn't really have too much cover. It's more because he's just on an angle and he's looking for a bola. And then like here he just gets gapped, whatever. And then what other updrafts do we have? Notice he goes a long time without using updraft sometimes. Like there's a whole 30 seconds where he just doesn't use updraft. Here, it doesn't really matter if he has cover or not because he's just against the Freya and it's just a monkey in main, so it doesn't really matter. But it's like, try to be in cover. Like if you're in the open using updraft, you're likely doing something wrong, is what it looks like. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, okay. So this alt fire spam is just not good. Like we should also be doing, like putting out primary fire spam. Also, we should be looking to take an angle here for sure. So don't just stand here and shoot them. Don't be afraid to like come here and shoot them, right? It's going to be a lot more inconvenient for the enemy team to have to deal with you and you're taking space. So I would definitely look for something like this for sure. Instead of just standing in main. Also, we have bola. Don't be afraid to like try to get closer and get someone with it. Is this a fast game? Nah. So here, I don't really mind this updraft that much because you have cover here, but honestly, there's not really a lot of point. Like what we should be doing here is get out of main here, instead come top, like right side here and look to open up an angle to make it harder for the enemy team to walk forward, right? As I was mentioning, Freya is a lot about punishing them as they try to take space. So punish his cast as he walks forward, punish his diva as she walks forward, whatever. Force them to have to deal with you and then you just dash out and you're chilling, right? I think that's a more optimal play. Standing this far back, you're just not really going to be able to do anything. They can just ignore you. They can take space freely, and it's fine. Right? If you had better mechanics and you hit every single bolt, would you be in a better situation? Yeah, but I mean, you can also do that by just having better positioning. You can also just win by having better positioning. Okay, I actually like the bola a lot. But yeah, like, we're just kind of main botting and only using right click. Proud uses left click a lot as well. So just use left click. Here, I don't really mind you playing at the back of the map because they just have more space control, right? The Hanzo, the Diva, and the Kiriko are up top. So it's not like you can do anything anyway by taking an angle over there. The best you can do is just stand in the back of the map and spam them out. So I think this is fine. I wouldn't overthink this. I do like this a lot from the angle. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, don't be afraid to take the duel, right? I mean, if you just mechanics, if you kill him, it's great. If he kills you, you know, you just be better. That's all it is. Like, I don't think it's horribly losing for you. I think it's actually quite winnable for you at that range. Like, but I think a big part of it, it's like we're not really punishing walk-ups at all. We're using right click way too much. You should also be using your left click primary fire. And then when you can, don't be afraid to take angles, right? Like, I actually like this from you. You're not in main. You're actually on an angle, which is up here. And then you're spamming people out. I think that's fine. Let's actually look at how Proud plays the attack. I think it's going to be a very similar idea where he just kind of stands in main and spams down main. Like similar idea. I think he will take some angles, but I don't think he'll go crazy. Okay, we come through dumpster. Spam down main again. Contest the enemy Freya. Go over the top to look for some cheeky shots. And then we just go back main because our tank is taking space.
At Children's Health, our fetal center diagnoses and treats
My fault, guys. I don't have ad block.
babies.
Anyway. Spam out the Orisa. And then boost back up top? No, it just contest train. So another reason, so this is more of a pro specific thing. The reason he's fighting for train here is that the pro strategy is pretty much this, which is kind of what we saw on the defense, is that you stand on stairs and then rotate the train and then shoot the enemy team in the back as they rotate the point. That's kind of like the strategy. So what Proud is doing is effectively denying that by standing here and just bolting them in the back as they do come train. That's kind of what he's looking to do. So, but either way, it's a lot of just stand in main, play pretty passive, and just spam people out. So here, like, I'm actually totally fine with you fighting this D.Va here. D.Va super overextended, no resources. Totally cool with me. But here, like Proud, I don't think Proud is updrafting here. I think it's just stand main and shoot Hanzo. Like, no reason to. It just makes you more vulnerable by being in the air. Push the advantage. This is a little bit too aggressive for Freya. I just don't think Freya is built for stuff like this. Yeah, and then you just get pushed on by speed. I think like what Proud would probably be doing, if he's doing anything at all, is that he's coming wide like this and then standing here and spamming the walkout. So this specifically, I just don't like you pushing your advantage that much. Okay. Cat's half. I actually don't mind that updraft earlier. Spam left click. Nice. Here, I don't like you standing in main. Definitely, I would go for an angle here. So here, instead of just coming here, just open up, take a little bit more space, come here, and then like stand here and spam out the D.Va or something like that. Because the thing is, whenever you force these guys out, not only is it harder to get to you because you have more cover, if they kite and they go back to this high ground, you can just updraft, play close to cover here and spam them out or something along those lines. So I'd prefer you to play on the left side here instead of just like straight up in main. Also, this updraft is just not needed, right? Like, why are we updrafting here? It just makes you more vulnerable for no reason at all. You have no cover. We never saw Proud do any, like very, very few times did he do updrafts like this, if at all. And if he did, it was likely because he had Bola. Okay, so that's my thing. Okay, spam main, whatever. This is not Diamond 1, by the way. I just left it up on accident. Okay, so this is, I saw my peripheral vision, but it's almost entirely because you're too early, right? You're the only person forward right now. Your team is not back from spawn, and then you just rip an ult for no reason. So that's my take on this. I mean, I would just keep in mind, right? Like, just wait for your team. You knew they died a second ago. There's no one here. Yeah, so you can take some space. Like, I'm fine with you poking this, but your team's not back yet. Like, if you don't see or hear your tank, there's an issue. So just wait until you see or hear them or something, and then rip an ult or, you know, do something with some level of coordination. But the problem is, because you're the earliest guy here, you're the only person they can even shoot at, so you just get, you know, eviscerated, right? So that's the problem there. Nice shot. Did we get full held? I think we actually do get full held on this point. Okay, so we rotate with our team. I don't really like this rotation as Freya because you just point blank against these guys. I prefer you to be on an off angle like this, and then you shoot them in the back as your team pushes them out, right? I think this would just be way stronger. Like, if you're spamming out these guys here, you'd just do a lot more damage. You'd probably get cleared by the Reaper, unfortunately, but I think that's luck than anything. It's just bad luck. I think it still would be better. I don't think this rotation with your team is good. I like you following up with your Sigma. I don't like that. The fight's lost. I don't know why we ult, but okay. Yeah, like you just keep updrafting in the open is the problem. You're also first, right? You're the first guy out the choke. You just need to wait for your tank. Wait for someone to start taking space and then you can leverage it. But so it's two mistakes at once. We're the first guy out and why are we updrafting here? Right? Proud only updrafts with cover. Like Proud will updraft here if he's going to do any updraft at all. So don't like this from you. Yeah, I love this angle. Honestly, whatever, your tank just died. I think that angle is still really strong. I would just go there again, to be honest. Spam out the diva, and you're fine. I don't know why you keep coming to this angle. Do you guys need to clear out the diva? Yeah, but it's not really... You as Freya can't really do that very well. Especially from this. I mean, being here now was not that bad, but I just don't like the risk of going into the diva. Honestly, I don't even know if I'd be shooting these guys. I would probably just go wide like this and then just shoot the diva. Stand on this thing and shoot the diva. And get the diva out. Get the tank out. These guys are just a little bit too far away. And then we're just kind of in the open. Hold on, I gotta ban this bot in my chat. Wow, I'm actually losing all energy. Let me ban this. There we go. Okay. So what happened here? Yeah, I think you just need to force out the diva. Because you don't, and you shoot the DPS in the backline there, you just get punished by the diva later. And this is the same problem, right? The diva just living forever, and then you just have no space, and then you just lose the game. Like here, we needed to take... Okay, so there's two problems. When the diva was really close, you just need to sit in main and spam her out, right? I mean, look at their healing. It's just Curie Lucio. They're not going to be able to live the spam, okay? So just shoot them. And then here, whenever the diva is staged up top here, you need to be on this angle and shoot them in the back as your team pushed up. That would have been the play. And then you just use updraft randomly in the open, and it gets you killed, and then... I think you use your right click way too much. Proud uses left click primary fire a lot more than you might think. It's just good because it's just straight up pressure, and yeah, I wouldn't sleep on it. But this was a pretty straightforward review for sure. It's like a lot of the same mistake happening over and over and over again on second attack, so it's not too much to obsess over. But yeah, it looked okay to me. It could be more winning for sure though. I think this is a losing Freya, to be honest, but you know, practice makes perfect. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today's stream. We had a lot more VODs than I anticipated, but we knocked them out. We did technically 6 if you count the 2-in-1 VOD that I did earlier. I probably won't do a 2-in-1 again. It was really exhausting and it was also confusing, so I probably won't do that again. But it was nice to try. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up for today. Once again, my name is Tail. You can join my Discord linked below. You can also do ! Discord in the Twitch and join. I do free coaching on Mondays and Fridays, mainly for Cassidy. Today was a little bit of a different day where I had a few reviews that were for a friend that were of different heroes like Freya and Sojourn and stuff like that, and Genji and Tracer. So we just took a look at those, but that's not normal. It's mainly just Cassidy, specifically because Cassidy is just the hero I have expertise in. So yeah, feel free to join the Discord. I would love to take a look at your guys' codes, and our next stream will be on Friday for a coaching session. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope all of you have a fantastic